Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it. Okay, and I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here. Okay, you put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey. Okay, your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right?
Hey y'all, what's going on? It's your girl BondyBlue. I'm back for another recap review video, BondyBlue show, girl, whatever the fuck we here for. Hi everybody. I hope y'all are having a really good Thursday. OLFP will be tonight on Jamie's channel. Yes, Jamie's channel. Okay, y'all know I be forgetting and stuff. Girl, I got a show for y'all today. I'm gonna need for everybody to take their sensitivities and just dial them the fuck back before we get into this show. Okay, because I said something today on my Instagram that upset everybody. Not everybody. A lot of y'all got it. A lot of y'all understood what I meant when I said billionaires are not black. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. In case you did not know, okay? Juneteenth, officially Juneteenth National Independence Day, is a federal holiday in the United States. It's celebrated annually on June 19th, y'all get your words together, to commemorate the end of slavery in the United States. The holiday's name, first used in the 1890s, is a portmanteau of the words June and 19th, referring to June 19th, 1865, the day when Major General Gordon Granger ordered the final enforcement of Emancipation Proclamation. Okay, that was the bill that freed the slaves, girl. Well, guess what? People were still being enslaved in certain places, like Louisiana and Texas. Okay, in Texas, though, at the end of the American Civil War, somebody rides through some of the last plantations to tell everybody, "Hey, I know them people didn't tell y'all, y'all's free now. Y'all's free now." Okay, because the paperwork had been put into place, but that doesn't mean that that day that the paper was put into place and everybody got the word, they just freed their slaves. They did not. They did not. Guess what they did, y'all? They exploited the fact that the people did not know that they were free. And so the people kept working. So somebody had to actually go ride a fucking horse down there to tell them, "Hey, I know them didn't tell y'all, but y'all's free now." And a lot of people didn't have anywhere to go. And so they came up with something more like indentured servitude, which is why after 1865, you will still all the way up to 1965 be able to go in certain areas of the South or rural areas and find that people are still living like indentured servants. They live on land that they work. They have to pay rent to the owner as well as work for the owner, meaning that they are constantly in a cycle of debt, which keeps them enslaved because they can never just leave the workplace because the workplace has them in debt. Okay, I want everybody to understand what's going on for real before I break this down for y'all about why billionaires are not black. First of all, I need for y'all to understand that blackness, like whiteness, is a social construct, meaning that it's made up in our heads based on how we are socialized, meaning that the media, our families, history, whatever. We view blackness and whiteness in a certain respect. It's not just about skin tone. You know how you know it's not just about skin tone? Because there are very light complected people that almost look white, but we still identify them as black because of their DNA, genealogy, or because of their experience. Okay? That doesn't mean just any white person can call themselves black. No. But what it does mean is that a person that is Indian, that has dark skin, is not considered black, which should tell you that it's not about the color of your skin. At this point, blackness is a social construct. I learned this when I was young because I went to a school where I was taught how to speak correct English. Once I realized that my cousins that did not go to some of the schools that enforced that, I was no longer as black as they were. I was told I was speaking white, wasn't black enough. Then I grew up being a black girl that watches Dawson's Creek and listens to rock music. You know what I'm saying? I know who the white actors are by name. I've seen their old movies from the 80s and I've seen their new movies in the early 2000s, bitch. Okay? So we need to understand, just like gender, all this other shit, race is made up. It's not real. We come from a certain place and we are people from a certain place. And we have to have an identifier in order to differentiate. But blackness in itself is a social construct. Us as black people, especially the ones that have gone through, those of us who have gone through, I lost my thought because I read something. Somebody said race is a social construct. It is. But I need to say blackness is a social construct because this morning on Juneteenth, this very black ass holiday, I got on the internet and I read comments under Tyler Perry posts and y'all made me feel like I didn't want to be black. That's how y'all make me feel like if this is what we're agreeing that blackness is, I don't want it. Okay? And the reason why I say that is because there are so many people that are online saying, we don't care what Tyler Perry did. Even if he did it or he didn't do it, we're not even going to look into it, girl. We don't care. We're not even going to read. We don't care because he makes black people millionaires. And somebody on Threads, y'all, it was so interesting to me how many white men were commenting. I don't even know how these white men found me, but these white men are commenting on this post on Threads and they're listing off black billionaires to me as if I don't know who Rob Johnson is. And I didn't feel like typing to them that what I mean by that is once a person becomes a billionaire, they are no longer caring about their blackness in the way that you are caring about their blackness. You see their blackness as they're just like me. That means they would care about me. That means their existence means there's a chance for me to do something. And to some degree, that might be true. But if y'all have paid attention, a lot of times when there's a black person that does something first, it takes so much longer for the second black person. When was the last time somebody won Halle Berry's? Remember when Halle Berry won Best Female Actress at the Oscars? When was the last time a black woman won that? When do you think we will get a black president again? Being the first black person to do something and having that one image of it is not enough anymore. Back in the day when we couldn't even fathom it, that was fine. In 2025, that is no longer enough. Seeing one black person do something that the white people have finally decided to allow them to do does not open the floodgates for other black people to come in and now make a space for themselves in that same way. That's not what's happening. What's actually happening is they get black people and put black people at the door to stop all the other niggas from coming through. Like, whoa, niggas. I know I'm just like y'all. Y'all just gotta wait. The white man has your best interests at heart. And I'm gonna help you figure it out. But you just keep being a poor nigga right now. And then eventually, me and Mr. Man will help y'all stop being poor niggas. Just, one day. Just wait on it. Just keep on waiting on it. That's what the Tyler Perrys and the Diddys, like these billionaire black people. Robert Johnson sold BET to a conglomerate of Caucasian people. I know y'all don't think about that as the sellout. We don't want to think about that as the sellout that it is, because this is how business works. But whiteness always trumps blackness when it comes to certain things, right? White people can sell their businesses over and over again to other billionaire white people to be broken down and disseminated. Like, they can do that because it's a whole bunch of them that's doing that. So their whiteness gets to be upheld. When black people sell their corporations to white people, there aren't many black people that are going to be coming up behind them to do the same thing. Has anybody else been able to do BET since Rob Johnson did it? Or do black people just create these things, hook a crook, because we are great, so we gonna get it done. But in the process of getting it done, you have got to exploit people. I need y'all to understand. In order for somebody to become a billionaire, it is seeming more and more now to me that there is somewhere that they exploited people. And how they exploit people is to separate themselves from blackness as well as poverty. When I said what I said, it's because, to me, Tyler Perry hates you broke niggas. He just knows that y'all are where his bread is buttered, but he hates y'all. And you can tell by the content he creates that he does not like y'all. He don't like poor black people. He don't. He actually sees poor black people, and then it reminds him of when he was a poor black person, and he does not want to ever live in that space ever again. So y'all think that when he's looking at y'all, he's seeing himself in the same way that you're seeing yourself in him. But him seeing himself in your poor black ass makes him feel bad. You seeing yourself in his rich black ass makes you feel better. So now you align with this person that really doesn't mean you well, because if he did, he would not be exploiting his workers the way he does. And y'all don't want to deal with that. Y'all want to believe that because he made a few actors that y'all can recognize, millionaires, that means it's okay to fight against unions. That means it's okay to underpay your makeup artists and the hairdressers. That means that you don't have to actually put any deep thought into uplifting people through your work. No, your work is to keep them exactly at the basement where they are. So even in giving y'all money to shut y'all up, that's not empowerment. Giving you money to shut you up is not empowerment, y'all. It's not freedom. It's just giving you money to shut you up. That's all it's doing, y'all. And I think because a lot of people live in poverty, they really don't see rich people for who they are. You don't see them as the people that once they get a certain level of income, they do not see themselves in you the same way. They just don't. And they will exploit you. And they will work you to death and tell you should be happy and proud that it's being done by a black person. Diddy did the absolute same thing when it came to his artists. A lot of y'all, if you pay attention to a lot of the black men that amassed wealth from the music industry, the complaint was the Jewish and or white people are taking all of our art and then they're not paying us adequately. I want y'all to point out to any black owner of a record label that doesn't have those same allegations against them. Diddy has a whole bunch of allegations against him for doing the same shit that the Jewish men were doing in the 80s, the 70s, and the 80s with the black people. They don't do anything new. They don't actually change what they do, because when white people allow you to be a billionaire, they're going to make you sell out in some respect. Y'all used to understand what selling out meant, right? You have to understand how everybody is selling out, selling their soul. That means the same thing. And what that means is you're taking something that you think is valuable, and then you're giving over something else that is way more valuable, but you don't really recognize it. The person that's making that offer, they know what you're really giving up, even if you don't know what you're really giving up. They're exploiting your ignorance. Just like they did on Juneteenth. Juneteenth is the representation of how slave owners exploited the fact that black people, a lot of them did not know how to read. There was no internet. There was really no radios like that y'all were going to hear that the Negroes is free now. Y'all can just walk off the plantations. The ignorance, y'all. Your lack of knowledge is always something that can be used against you, no matter how fucking tough you think you are. A billionaire is going to know something that you don't know. You understand that when it comes to money. You don't understand about when it comes to these power plays that they make with people. So when y'all get up here on the internet and you talk about blackness, I need for you to understand that them being black, Tyler Perry being black, Diddy being black, it did not help anybody that was black in a way that it really should have, if that's what was really important. If it was really important to help other black people, what you would be giving them would not be exploitation. I will not get over the Val crying in that interview about how exhausted he is. I will not get over the stories I hear about Tyler Perry not wanting to work with unions and trying to break down unions so that people in those industries don't get paid adequately, so that he can give Taraji a whole bunch of money so that she can get up there and tell y'all miserably that, yeah, he might have worked me to fuck to death for a few days, but he sent me a nice little check. It's going to keep me afloat until the next Tyler Perry job. You don't talk about how y'all may not see the people that are in movies and films with him. Y'all may not see those people anywhere else, and you automatically assume it's because nobody else wants to hire them. Is that the case? Or does he section his people off and create an environment where they feel like they have to turn down other opportunities in order to work with him? And I'm just using Tyler as an example because Diddy did the same thing. The security guard said that not the security guard, David, the assistant, but he looked like a security guard, girl, big old white man, says that when he goes to work for Diddy, the first thing they let him know is the psychology behind working for this man. He's a king and we're here to serve him. Once y'all, and this is whenever somebody is a billionaire and they've adopted the I'm a king or a queen and the rest of y'all are here to serve me mentality, they're exploiting you. And then they're going to tap into the fact that we're both black so that they can continue to exploit you. But when it's time for them to stand in solidarity with you against other white billionaires, they would rather hold on to their money than stand up for you. That's why it's not mutual. It's not mutual respect. That's why the loyalty that y'all want to have to people just because they're black is faulty. Because loyalty means mutual respect. And you have to see what mutual respect actually is. Because offering a whole bunch of people work, but then at the same time, working them to the point of exhaustion, not really caring about the fact that people are humans and they need breaks and they need time off. You always want them to be running on your clock because you feel like you doing them a favor. Y'all don't realize how often black people in power exploit other black people, sometimes even worse than white people, because we don't expect it from them. We don't. We think that they see us the way we see them. And then we're willing to make all of these allowances and do all of these things to support them in their billionaire-ness. Your broke ass need to support him in his billionaire-ness. But he gets to take advantage of people that have that dream of being an actor or an actress or being involved. Like, you have this dream and you want to act so bad. That's your dream. Nigga offering you an opportunity, you know the opportunity got strings attached, but you think you can move around the strings and shit. Stop. And it's the same thing for B&J too. I love them for real, y'all. I do. But at the same time, I am not going to ignore if something comes out about you and just automatically dismiss it because you're black. I'm not going to do that. I don't care. Because I don't really know you. And what I do know is absolute power corrupts absolutely. And when y'all get to billionaire status, y'all, meaning that you got to have so many hundreds of $1 million to get to $1 billion. That's a lot of fucking money, y'all. That's a lot of money. I have not read yet, and I might be wrong about this, and I'm willing to be wrong, but almost every single one of them has gotten there through some form of exploitation, stealing music from people and not giving them the credits, working people and not paying them adequately. All of that is exploitation. It's an extension of the slavery that you so proud to be removed from, but you can't see it everywhere else that it exists now. So yeah, billionaires are not black because their blackness is last in line. First are their billions, then whatever sex they are. Their blackness comes after the rest of their identity. Blackness is a construct. You have to understand that. People are buying their way out of blackness. They buy their way out of blackness. Yeah, they can go to Paris and have some racist white person still feel like you still a nigga. That does not change the fact that nigga could go back to America and have a whole group of people that they can exploit. And that's the thing about, we have to understand oppression. If you are a billionaire, that usually means you have the power to oppress. And if you are oppressing, your blackness is taking a back seat to you being a billionaire. And I want y'all, the regular people out in the world that are not not worthy of it, like y'all are not going to make $1 billion. Y'all can make $1 million. There are a bunch of millionaires. It takes so much exploitation for people to make $1 billion. I need y'all to really be for fucking real. And then people were looking up, we can all exploit. Yes, we can. We absolutely can, but not in the same way. Not in the same way. And I also feel like we all have the ability to do something, and it's a matter if we actually are doing it or not. And then if you're placing virtue on people just because they have a lot of money, y'all are placing virtue on people having a lot of money. And I don't know about y'all, but that's a moral conflict for me. That was taught that money isn't everything. It's a lot, but it's not everything. Yes, everybody's being exploited. Everybody's being exploited. I'm being exploited. You're being. If you are working yourself, this system makes us have to exploit ourselves in order to survive. That's another thing. Meaning that you giving up so much of your energy and your time for work, not for what you would rather be doing. So I just want y'all to like really see it and understand and unwrap your mind from some of this shit, because I think it is very dangerous as black people for us to be rooting for everybody black just because they black. Because then those same black people that get money and then start looking down on you as the poor blacks that they can just make money off of, the stupid poor blacks, all I got to do is give them a Tyler Perry play type movie and everybody gonna fall for it. All I got to do is throw a couple of $1 million in their accounts, and they're going to let me harass them. They're going to let me work them to death. They're going to let me talk to them any kind of way, simply because I have enough money to do it. Laboring for money is a grift, but people are too ignorant to realize that. No, dead ass. Dead ass. But also, you see how many people don't want to do their own work, so they exploit other people because they don't want to do the labor that they're supposed to be doing, the work that they're supposed to be doing. They want somebody else to do it. They want buku other people to do it so they don't have to do it. And then convince you as poor people that you have to live like this. They're special, but you have to live like this. No, fuck that. J Jersey Girl, thank you for the super chat. Behind every great fortune is an even greater crime. Their blackness is remembered when they're being sued or getting charges. Thank you. Thank you. And another thing I want y'all to realize is that money buys people a way to get out of being accountable for their actions. So one of the things that y'all align with blackness is white people always trying to take black people down. That is true. But what's also true is that once somebody gets away with something, they will continuously do it because they got away with it. If you're poor and you learn that you could get away with stealing or drug dealing and all of that shit, you'll continue to do it. If you've learned that you can exploit the public and you can use people and underpay them, but as long as you got somebody over here saying the opposite, you're going to continue to do that. You're going to continue to take advantage of people. Black billionaires are black. That's what the white billionaires are trying to make explicitly clear with our current black billionaires. And I want y'all to understand that the white billionaires are white. So somebody said, meaning it's a social construct, none of it means anything. And if you are in their group, you can't let them use your blackness or your whiteness to exploit your ignorances. It's happening the same way, y'all. So in the white community, the rich white Republicans tell the poor white people, we're white, honey. So you got to know what I'm doing for you is for the best for all of us because we're all white. But that's not necessarily true because they still end up struggling financially. They still end up dying from sicknesses that are being infused through through this toxic ass system. The food is still poisoning them. Their farms are still being taken. Even though they took black people farms, they shit still getting taken. They still are the ones that's the most on all of that benefit, all of that aid, all of that government aid that they keep trying to place on us. White people are the biggest recipients of that. They vote against their own self-interest every single time because they think that they're the same as the white billionaires that are pandering to them. Just like you think you the same as the black billionaires that are pandering to you. See? You see how it's the same? It's the same thing. Black people pander to y'all so that they can make money off of y'all and so that they can get away with abusing you. White people, same thing. Make money off of you and continue to abuse you and you not even seeing it. A battery is being put in your back. A battery is being put in your back. The way y'all run to believe that as soon as somebody accuses a rich black man of something that he did not do it, even though money tells you that means that he got away with that shit at least 2-3 times by the time he got caught for it. By the time we find out about it, they've already been hemmed up about that shit a few times and were able to get away with it because of money. R. Kelly is a prime example of that. R. Kelly is a prime example of that. Y'all really act like, oh, they was just trying to take him down. Oh, them girl, man, that nigga was on videotape with at least 3 girls and everybody saw it. And y'all still told y'allself that he wasn't wrong. And so y'all let him out and he get out of jail and he go do it to a whole new set of girls. And now we got a motherfucking documentary. And y'all still online making excuses for that nigga because he black and he made y'all feel seen amongst a whole bunch of, 1%ers and famous people. You think that me, and I remember, y'all know what that feels like as a black person. It feels good to see somebody that looks like you in a certain space. But if you being real with yourself, you know that don't mean a fucking thing. Just because y'all the 2 black people in a room doesn't mean that other black person cares about you the same way that you would care about them just because y'all black. Because all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Be fucking for real. Exactly. And rich white people can't stand poor white people because they hate the poverty and the ignorance. They hate it. It's the same thing for Tyler Perry. Y'all, I know y'all don't want to hear this, but Tyler Perry is sadistic, mean, cruel, if you will. Giving people money is just a way for you not to have to be a good person. Throwing money on shit is just a way for you not to have to do the emotional labor that it would take. I'm just being real. I'm going to play something for y'all on TikTok. But you want to talk about being free. Be fucking for real. Like, be real. Be free for real. And what being free for real means is not having something that can pull you all the time. I'm not talking, like I'm not talking about myself, y'all, because money pulls us all. Somebody said that I needed to, I said I wanted to maybe stop using Chat GPT once I found out what it's doing to the environment in the area. I don't know I forget whether it's Memphis, wherever it is, but it's somewhere where those big computers are for the Chat GPT, and it's like soaking up and poisoning the water, the fresh water in the area. Yeah, I don't want to be 30 years down the line without electricity or clean water because we needed to use Chat GPT to ask it stupid fucking questions all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you guys get that? Like, I don't want to be 20, 30 years down the line without electricity or clean water because in 2025, we wanted to really be into Chat GPT and using that shit all day, every day. This is another example of technology being used in a way to exploit the environment. Yeah, y'all, I have to tell y'all about that. But when I posted about it, somebody said, get you a regular cell phone and you'll be so much happier. And I thought to myself, yeah, happy and broke. Boom. Boom. I wouldn't be happy because I would be broke. Meaning that if I don't have this phone, then I can't do this. And it's how I make my money. So I'm saying we're all living in this system. So there's we all have our levels that it's like, I know this is fucked up, but what else am I supposed to do if my immediate needs need to be met? My immediate needs need to be met. So even though in my heart, if I didn't have to survive like this, I probably would be okay with not having a phone that gives people access to me all the time like this, that I'm constantly trying to get dopamine hits from because I like scrolling down my timeline and seeing everything all of the goddamn time. So yeah, y'all, like I feel like it is we are literally at the point where they are ramping up to destroy everything around us, and everybody goes into apathy. Means you go into it's all fucked up, so I don't give a fuck anyway. And yeah, y'all, I can't do that. I can't. I'm not in that space yet. I'm not in apathy. I don't give a fuck. I'm in, if we can do better, if we can fix it, let's fix it. That's my mindset. If we can fix it, let's fix it. So yeah, I might not be using Chat GPT, but I still got to pay my bills. I still got to get up here and rap to y'all. This is important work for me. So I still have to get up and do this. So it requires the camera and the cell, you know what I mean? So I do understand that all of this shit is fucked up, and we're all like making these allowances to continue this fucked up system that we're living in. But there are people that are going far and beyond and taking way too much advantage. And I just want us to start with this one thing. Stop crossing people's boundaries. If people tell you no, if they say they don't like it, if they say they don't want it, take their no for a fucking answer and stop pushing past their no because you think hustle culture and I gotta get it. And you don't see how it's creepy as fuck to cross over people's boundaries. Play this for y'all.
More black billionaires, hear me when I say this, than any studio in this city combined.
I mean, listen, I ain't trying to let people into my bank account and my financial statements. I ain't been one to be out there talking about what he's done. But when I tell you the brother's been a blessing to me and my family, I'm going to just leave it.
This right here. Don't guilt, trick, beg, and coerce. Oh, I give you a little money if you'll do it. Why y'all act like y'all don't know? Okay.
Leave it there. He definitely gives you your flowers while you can still not only smell them, but spend them. You know what I mean?
It's hard to articulate his heart because his heart is so much bigger than his empire. You know, how he sees people, how he values people, how he sees something in people that people don't even see in themselves.
Okay. So let me tell you this. When people are able to see something in you that you can't see in yourself, it often puts you at a disadvantage because when that person knows how valuable you are, they will shortchange you. They will shortchange you to utilize what you have because they know you don't know. They know you don't know what you got. So they're going to shortchange you. Yes, heart and wallet are not the same thing, y'all. I need y'all to understand that heart and wallet are not the same thing. Because true heart, y'all, true heart would be like, I don't want to work these people them long ass hours like that. Y'all, Tyler Perry owns the fucking studio. Why the fuck is he trying to like create this small amount of time to film shit in? Why? For what? What's the benefit of that? So that you could get around labor laws?
And then not only gives him a shot, but then pays him to do it.
It's amazing to watch him. He's methodical. Like we'll come in and he'll be like, okay, tell me the lines. We'll tell him like the first 5 lines. He'll be like, got it. All right, over here, overs. I need you guys to get dirty for me. Da da da. He's a machine. He's brilliant. He's literally
He's a machine. We're not machines, y'all. We're human beings. We're not machines. We're not machines, y'all. Our minds work like computers, but we are not machines. We are humans. Meaning we get tired, we get sad, we have emotions that make it hard to do a job. You're not supposed to be a fucking machine. That's not supposed to be something you are saying like, oh, I'm like a machine. Bitch, that's not good. I learned that in corporate America. You be too good at a job, they always giving you more work. You too good at a guy, too dependable at a job, they're going to use the fuck out of you. The one that's sitting over there not doing nothing, they barely going to ask her to do anything.
one of the most brilliant people alive.
He's not just breaking new talent when it comes down to actors. He's breaking new producers, directors. Like at TPS right now, we have a development team. That development team comes in with creators. We meet with people all the time that want to do things that he's in.
That he can then decide whether he wants to invest in it to look good or use it as a way to procure sex from somebody that don't want to fuck him. Correct?
Investing into them. When you go to TPS, like even the landscaping people, the companies that we have there are all us. Yeah. Right. So he's investing in people all around the board, not even just entertainment, but in all sources. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's very, very important to us.
So I don't care if you're struggling, if you're trying to make it, you're trying to build a business. If you have a dream, keep making footprints. Don't let anybody stop you. You can do it. And the last thing I'll say to you is this. Hear me when I say this. Don't let your worry be greater than your faith.
Yeah, that's manipulative. Don't let your worry be greater than your faith. Yes, y'all. There's always some truth to the shit that people say when they're trying to manipulate you. But also there's another side of that. I know this may not feel good, this may not feel safe, but just have faith that I'm doing the right thing. And that's how you end up getting fucked over by people, because you have the feelings that something is wrong. You have the feelings that you should be scared, that you should have caution, but they tell you, oh, you just need faith. Fuck all your instincts, have faith. I'm just letting y'all know something. I'm just letting y'all know something for real now. Hold up, let me see if I can find this. Is it this one?
Have you ever wondered if there's something you could say?
That's not it. Hold up. Trying to see if I can find the one that I was looking for. Because it's something somebody was saying about manipulation. I hate when I can't remember which ones I wanted to bring to show y'all something. But this was a good one. Let me remind you that I am the king of R&B. Yeah.
Still wondering why so many young women, children, particularly Black children, got assaulted and disrespected.
It's John on the internet, y'all. It's just John on the internet. But we're all trying to draw the correlation for y'all.
And exploited and trafficked by R. Kelly for so long because of people just like that. People who create space for him, people who continue to uplift him, people continue to overlook his crimes, particularly crimes against people who look like them. And it's mostly because too often we see Black girls as disposable. We like to label their behavior as fast, even though he was literally stalking them in the parking lot of a McDonald's and sitting outside their high schools. I'm sorry, but you cannot say that you love and support Black girls and you want to protect them, while at the same time still supporting their abuser, still perpetuating that the type of violence that he inflicted upon them should be overlooked because they are Black girls. R. Kelly did not operate alone. There was an entire ecosystem surrounding.
That ecosystem shit. Because the ecosystem. So I said this, the people that work for, like, all of them people that y'all just saw talking about how much money he's paying all of them, everybody is staying in line because of that fact. Everybody is staying in line because they're trying to protect everybody else's money too. And think about how the people around are bullying you. They're going to bully you. They're going to bully you. Because they want to keep their money. And they don't care that he's, you know, trying to take your booty from you. They don't care. They don't care, girl. I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to find something. Where the fuck? Now, see, I knew I say that shit. And now they saying I didn't say that shit. Oh, girl. But hold up. Let's go to a few different places first before we go there. I just want y'all to see it. Happy Juneteenth, though. I just want y'all to see it. That's all. I want y'all to stop giving people so much grace because they have a lot of money and they're black. Like, that's not good enough, y'all. Being just black is not good enough because black people hurt black people all the time. Black people exploit black people all the time. Like, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. And being a billionaire does not mean, we used to think this, like back in the day, I feel like we used to think just because somebody showed up rich, that's a good example. They doing their job. They the example. To me, that's a cop-out. Everybody's work is not the same, but you should be doing some work that is going to help people, not just financially, y'all. Money helps, but if at the same time as you are giving them money, you're taking energy from them, you're taking emotional, physical, and mental safety away from them, then they're taking money from you, but what they're giving to you is depleting them. They don't feel good after, which means you're exploiting them, which means it's not mutual. And he can give y'all money and it don't feel nothing, but y'all give him all this work and all of this loyalty and it's draining. That means you're giving more on your end than he is on his end, but you're being told he's the billionaire and you should just be grateful. I just want y'all to be careful. That's all. I just want everybody to wake up. That's all. Just wake up a little bit. Not a lot. Just a little bit. I'm not telling you not to watch Tyler Perry movies and plays and shows. I'm not telling you that. But I'm telling you, stop getting up here on the internet talking about you don't give a fuck about how he could have done something really fucked up to somebody simply because he black and he got money and you value blackness and money. And he don't give a fuck about you for real. I know it seemed that way. But don't forget how much money Bill Cosby gave to HBCUs, how much money Diddy gave to HBCUs. People who do a lot of fucked up shit have to make themselves feel better about the fucked up shit that they do. Like, they do all of this fucked up stuff that y'all don't know about. And so now they got to go out there and tell y'all how good of a person that they are. Give money, help somebody here, help somebody there. That's why people used to always say, why the fuck you got to tell me when you doing shit for people? People that do shit in silence. We don't always need to know about it. But when people are always making a show of how philanthropic they are, like how much of a philanthropist, they are always trying to show you that they got, you know, they doing charity and all of that's a performance. And it's usually to cover something up. Black exceptionalism is a lie. Everyone needs to operate in their own brilliance. Absolutely. Absolutely. And please stop putting people on pedestals for making a lot of money. Can y'all please stop putting people on pedestals for making a lot of money? I know we all want money. I do too, bitch. I want a nicer house. I get it. But I feel like when you really look at it, to ignore that somebody is doing creepy, grimy shit just because they gave somebody else some money that they eventually gonna run out of. If you know what I mean? If you don't have the infrastructure or the mindset to actually create something for yourself, people gonna take that money, they're gonna pay their bills, they're gonna buy new shit, and eventually what they gonna need? Some more money. Is that really empowerment? If they gotta keep sweating and working all the time, is it really empowerment? Y'all know Sherry Shepherd work on my fucking nerves. So the King of Reed, shout out to Justin, said, since you're a role model, Sherry Shepherd, are you going to address Tyler Perry having an inappropriate text conversation with his former employee? Or is it only necessary when women don't dress appropriately? No, for real, because they always only use They only want to like grandstand and you know be a oh I want to be a role model. Child, y'all only want to be a fucking role model when y'all can shame women and girls about something. That's the only time y'all want somebody to be a role model. Cut it the fuck out. Because when somebody actually doing some fucked up, grimy ass shit that everybody should be worried about, women, children, and adults, y'all hoes be in the trees, in the birds, not knowing nothing. Girl, what happened? I ain't know.
Oh, right. Being, you know, nude or whatever you called her, right? And people respond.
Somebody says someone that was never sexy and had zero sex appeal their entire career should not be policing or trying to mentor bad bitches. That's not your brand, babe.
You didn't just.
That's true. That's so true. You were thirsty. You wanted to be a bad bitch, but you were thirsty. And you've internalized your thirstiness, ma'am. 50 Cent appears to be standing by Tyler Perry. Did that bitch just say what I think he said? Nah, we ain't jacking this shit, gang. No way. I don't know what type of niggerish vocabulary he speaks of. I'm not sure. So just like Bill Cosby wasn't like, you know, nigga black like the rest of y'all until he went to jail. He didn't have no time, no views, nothing for y'all when he was hanging around all them rich white people. When he was down to the Playboy Mansion, he didn't give a fuck about y'all poor ass niggas. He actually didn't like what you poor ass niggas had created in hip hop. Y'all remember when y'all broke ass niggas made hip hop? And he was one of the first people to get up there and tell y'all your pants hanging low and all of this shit. Remember? He was one of the first people to get up there and tell y'all to invalidate hip hop and call it out and all of that. Remember? Oprah didn't want to sit down with Jay-Z, girl. Why y'all think that is? Because anything that they view as a reflection of black people living in poverty or being like less educated, their ignorances, those rich people eventually grow to hate you and detest you and find disgust in your poor, ignorant black ass. But they know they can exploit you, girl. They know they can exploit you. Okay, we might have to take a quick little break, okay? Quick little break. Y'all like the video, support your girl. We're going to come back with much more. Y'all know I got a good show for y'all today. Get into it.
Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Sorry, you guys. little delivery girl. Okay, shout out to the diva. Erica De Niro, because I feel like her, you know, she used to go down to the dispensary and she picked something up and then she, you know, just show you what she got. Okay. And so I had the dispensary deliver. And, you know, we picked up a few things, you know, some pre-rolls and, you know, some cookies. Okay. We got some little small packs, you know what I'm saying? Some shorties. You know what I'm saying? A couple little packs of shorties. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Y'all shout out. Shout out to the diva. Shout out to the NOLA Cannabis Dispensary. All right. Shout out to that lady that saw me in there the other day. Okay, listen. Okay, girl. Let's get back into it. Maybe them people one day want to give me a little D. Okay, give me a little situation. All right, y'all. 50 Cent. Y'all, 50 Cent is barbaric and ignorant. If y'all think y'all should, you know, to me, if he is saying believe Tyler Perry, that means Tyler Perry probably did that shit. Like, all I can think about is when 50 Cent said on the show, hey, if they say your daddy did that shit, that nigga did that shit. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I ain't got no time. We know, girl. Do you hear me, girl? Where do I want to go next? Oh, girl. Happy Juneteenth, everybody, though. Because, like, you know, I know I'm giving commentary to make y'all think, because it's because I care about the black people, girl. It's because I care. So I want us to do better. I want us to not be so easily manipulated. I want us to be safer. And I want people to stop, like, exploiting our blackness to hurt people. I want that. You know what I'm saying? For us, for real. Okay? I want freedom for us. All right? And real freedom is mental. Real freedom is understanding, critically thinking about things, informing yourself on shit, not being contrarian just so you can be contrarian. Like, actually thinking about things. Having a little empathy while you're doing it, girl, it might help you a little bit. Because, to be honest, what I see the most from the people that defend your Tyler Perrys and your Diddy's and all of that, your 50 Cents, it's usually people that don't really love themselves. And they've been in situations with these people, like, they've been in situations where they have been abused and they don't see the victim in themselves, especially black people. My homegirl was telling me about somebody who she was talking to, that in order to defend R. Kelly, she starts talking about how when we was younger, we had older boyfriends and shit. I was 15 and I was hot in the ass and I was dating an older man. And I'm like, the only thing I would have to say to that, I would have asked her, okay, so when you became that man's age, say he was 30 years old and you were like 18 or 19, anything, you know, in that variation, say you was 16, he was 25, that type of shit. Once you got to the age of 25 or 30, I'm gonna need for you to ask yourself, would you date somebody the same age as you were then? If you would think to yourself, I would never date a fucking teenager, or I wouldn't want to date somebody that much younger than me, because what they don't know would eventually annoy me, because I can't connect to you if you don't, you know, have some type of understanding in the way that I do. But if I'm trying to manipulate you, if I'm trying to exploit you, then I'm going to be looking for younger people, because y'all don't have enough life experience to know what you're getting yourself into before you actually get yourself into it. You haven't picked up on all of these subtle things that women learn when they go through all of these trials and tribulations that we have. We are picking up information. We're learning from those experiences. And so then it becomes harder for the same type of man that got us in high school to get us as adult women. Those men usually have to grow up to get to where we are for us to feel like we about to date them. Even when we was younger. Like, the 21-year-old version of my husband could not date me now. He couldn't be with me now. He has to be the fucking 40-year-old version of himself in order to be able to deal with the 37-year-old version of me. He's really about to be 39, y'all. But, you know, y'all know how I feel. Bitch, you're 39, you're 40. Okay? So I need for y'all to understand, just because you perceived it like, oh, I was hot in the puss. You were hormonal because you're a teenager. And because nobody teaches you how to deal with being hormonal as a teenager and your hormones raging and all of that, they tell you about it, but they don't tell you what the fuck to do with that. So yeah, you hot in the puss. And then you probably had some dynamic in your household that makes you look for the romantic relationship that's going to give you what you saw in your household. Because there was a form of triangulation in my household, I wanted to go find somebody that would be for me like it seemed what was going on between my parents. And then accidentally, not trying to, would get into relationships with people that would mimic the same emotional dynamic. It may not be, it would be with women, it would be with girls. I was in relationship with girls who reminded me of my fucking father. Because it really goes deeper. It really goes to a mental level. And y'all know how y'all like to act like shit ain't that deep. It is. It's all that deep, bitch. It's all that deep. This type of shit. It's all that deep, girl. It's all that deep. And so I just want all of the older women to remember that you, if you are a sane 30 something year old woman, you do not want to be with anybody below the age of 21. Girl, I was talking, to some chick and she was 22, 23. I was like, yeah, can't do it. She's adorbs. She's legal. Can't do it. What language are you speaking? I can't do it. Because I'm actually growing in my mind as I grow in my years. So some shit is not going to be attractive even after looking at a person. A person can be physically attractive. Once they start to talk too much and I get to see what they like up here, that's no longer going to be attractive if they're not mature. And listen, I tried 26. That's also a problem. 26, 27. That's still low key. Because a lot of people don't know how to resolve conflict too. That's another thing. Young people don't always know how to resolve conflict. Blaze, get out of my comments with that foolishness. Okay, so just wanted to share that with y'all because I was like, bitch, I would, like realizing that some of these niggas is weirdos. Some of these niggas got with you when you was young because they wanted to like mentally control you and dictate how you grew as a woman. They didn't want you to grow yourself. Like they want to dictate how you grow so that you will be living your life around them. That's usually why men are trying to get women that are under the age of 25. And they know once a woman gets to the age of 25, she's now going to be trying to create her own version of herself, not the version of her that you want. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. In 23 and 18, I don't know how I would feel about that dynamic because when I was 23, I wouldn't even want to be with somebody that couldn't drink legally. Like as soon as you turn 21, you didn't want to be with people that couldn't go to bars with you and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what it was for me once I got to that age. And now that I'm, almost 40 and I look back, I'm like, yeah, I can't really fuck with nobody in their 20s like that. Because the late 20s, they will have great jobs. They will have great apartments. They'll look mature on paper. Get into conflict with them and watch how they act like a fucking teenager. And then that happens with people that's almost older than me. That didn't happen with a woman that was older than me. Well, I'm just like, girl, how old are you? Like, what is going on? Because age, like R. Kelly says, sometimes ain't nothing but a number, which means older people act dumb. But it don't mean that they get to be in relationships with children whose brains aren't fully formed. Cut that the fuck out. That shit not cute. Now let's get into this situation. To me, this is the perfect example of how, first of all, religion, the way it's not the way. I'm sorry, y'all. Like this oppressive, let me change who I am and ignore all my desires so that I can shame myself about everything I've done. Yeah. Because that's what I felt like she was doing with this. Okay. She didn't popped out. The hair looks amazing. She looks amazing. I'm glad that she didn't, she's going to balance herself out now. You went from the whole extreme, you go to the religious extreme, and hopefully, when that happens, it'll teach you to take some shit from the religion, like the discipline and the solidness that it might create within you. Because I feel like sometimes what religion might give you besides discipline is the ability to withstand emotional pain, right? And a lot of the times for women, letting go of toxic relationships is putting yourself through emotional pain. It's a punishment. That's what it feels like. But it's what you have to do to free yourself from somebody that is going to be making you feel bad on a regular basis. They got people I miss right now that I'll drop dead before I pick the phone up to call. I miss you, bitch, but I swear for God, I can't deal with how you make me feel like shit about myself. Please stay away from me. Please stay away from me. Okay? So I really, really hope that because she went from one extreme to the next, it'll help her balance it out. Learn something from the discipline. Learn something from, the religion teaching you that I can deal with emotional pain if it's for, I can put my pussy on lockdown. You know what I'm saying? Because I know this nigga not good for me. Now that he is proven to me he's not good for me, I can lock this shit down until the emotional bond breaks. And that just takes time and distance. Time and distance is all you need. Even if you miss a person sometimes, you can still fully leave them the fuck alone. Okay? Time and distance. Learn something from this. Absolutely. I hope she does, y'all. I hope she does. She said, I don't have blind loyalty to any person, place, or thing. And that's the most important thing, Britt. That's the most important thing, girl. I also don't need excuses to do what I want to do because I accept whatever comes behind my decisions. It's still alhamdulillah for everything. Hope this helps. But you let your hair out the pack. She said, I wore cornrows underneath my hijab just so my hair could fit in it. I'm going to tell you something. The things that I have learned about the religion, and I don't know a lot, y'all. I like to be real. There's some things I know and there's some things I don't. I don't know a lot about the religion. But I do think all religions have some good parts, which is why I think it's important to take from them and then leave the rest of the bullshit like anything else, because you can't act like there's no bullshit. There's bullshit in there. There's bullshit in there, bitch. And you need to be able to decipher. That's why your discernment and listening to your body is so important. And I don't like the way religion teaches you not to listen to your body. A lot of the times it makes you feel like your body is telling you something wrong. So when you start to ignore how your body feels because you want to ignore your sexual feelings, you start to not listen to your body when your body is giving you warnings about people. At this big age, we find out that butterflies are really a warning call to you. Your body is letting you know this person on some timeline causes us immense pain, bitch. Don't do it. But you perceive the butterflies as something to be excited about, because being excited and having anxiety feel the same. Anxiety and excitement feel the same in your body. So it's all about how you think about it. You're going to think it's excitement because you like the person. But really, it's your body telling you, girl, run. Bitch, run. People should make you feel calm, not nervous. My body went into convulsions one time. Like the way I was shaking, it was not making sense to me. Like, why am I shaking like this? Like, bitch, I'm cool. Why am I shaking like this? Because my body was telling me, this bitch ain't safe, B. This bitch ain't safe. We remember. Our body remembers. The mind may have forgotten. Our body remembers. Okay? But I hope that Brittany is doing well. And I'm glad that she was able to escape from the cult that is Kevin Gates. All right, let's move on. Wendy Williams' ex-husband Kevin Hunter files $250 million lawsuit. Child, something about 250, 260. That's a number. Okay? And he's seeking her release from guardianship. Wendy Williams' ex-husband is coming in hot with a $250 million lawsuit claiming the beloved TV host is being held against her will in a court-imposed guardianship. Filed Tuesday in New York federal court, Kevin Hunter says Wendy's guardianship has become a weapon, not a shield. The lawsuit names her court-appointed guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, Wells Fargo, who first raised alarms about her finances in 2022, former financial advisor Lori Schiller, ex-manager Bernie Young, and several others. In the bombshell complaint, Wendy's legal name is used, stating Ms. Hunter is being abused, neglected, and defrauded under the care of court-appointed guardians. The guardianship serves no therapeutic purpose, no protective function. It is punishment, pure and simple. Hunter alleges that Wendy is locked away in a coterie assistant living facility where her phone use is monitored and she barely gets to speak to loved ones. So he's trying to sue to free her. And the only reason he's doing that is for money. Right? Where's Miss Jones' messy ass at? Back in the day when we didn't have social media and all we had was blogs, we used to watch Mrs. Jones. And I think she was just on the Breakfast Club talking about Wendy Williams, and I want to see what she said because I ain't watch it. And tomorrow we'll be doing a continuation of my members only where we'll finish K. Michelle and Cam Newton because we got almost through half of it. I mean, I was just like, all right, enough, girl. We'll come back tomorrow. I passed it up, didn't I? Also, somebody in the Discord posted that video, the new interview that Shan Booty did with this rapper. I forgot the rapper's name because I'm not aware. I don't even know if he's a rapper, child, but he came out with an album called Certified Fuckboy or something like that. But their conversation about him being a fuckboy was so interesting and so good. And I feel like we could learn so much from that dialogue that I really, really want for us to do that one. So I think after we finish K. Michelle, we'll start the Shan Booty one. Okay. So we'll do 2 breakdowns in that members only. And for everybody else, if you're not a member, at some point I'll, post clips or post the whole thing for y'all. But if you want to become a member of my channel, you can do it here on YouTube. I have a website called BondyBlueShow.com. I also have my Patreon account. All of those are down below in the description box. That's where you can get the links to my members only lives, my Discord link, all the things. All right. So let's hear what Miss Jones was saying.
Somebody trying to have you killed?
Oh, Kevin, Wendy Williams' husband.
Allegedly.
Okay. According to the court documents, I'll say.
Okay, yes.
Break it down. Allegedly. Break it down, allegedly.
Well, Kevin never liked me and Wendy's friendship. And I think it's because when Wendy introduced me to Kevin, when she very first met him, he and I were sitting in the car together because she had gone in the store to get some gum. And we had a conversation and I told him to take care of my friend. And he goes, no, when she makes it, I'm going to make it. I'm going to take care of her. I didn't like that. What you mean when she becomes a star, you're going to be right there? I didn't like that. And maybe it was harmless.
Right.
But no, it's not, because look how it ended up.
It's not harmless.
So I knew, and he knew, when your boyfriend, a bad boyfriend knows that girl friend that sees him for what he is, he tried to keep her away. And Wendy was so happy to have a Bulge, because remember back in the day when she used to be in the studio, she used to act like she had a security guard named Bulge, and she'd be like, Bulge, close the door. Let me tell you about Total. Bulge, close the door. There was never a Bulge.
It was Kevin.
Well, later on, she married Kevin, and then he became her Bulge, right?
Okay.
Or protection. So when he told her not to talk to me, she used to sneak to talk to me. And so, and so it would come out later on that when she made her return to New York.
So a part of that, y'all, and I'm clocking this in the moment, and this is just what I think. I think that Wendy having insecurities about being big and tall, like being tall and then being a solid kid and shit, I think her parents and her siblings, I think she was picked on for her size in school and everything. As a grown woman, you want to be the opposite of what people have picked on you to be. And so in order for you to be soft and feminine, instead of relying on your own size and your own energy to protect you, you would much rather put a man in that place, because then that makes you feminine. And then growing up in, Black culture, hood shit, it always means that a woman can have a certain amount of softness because she is up against a man that is so fucking rough. Because the man is so rough, she will then seem a little bit more feminine than she actually is because she's standing next to him. It's like she wanted to feed into the opposite stereotype so that she could feel better about growing up big and tall. When at the end of the day, I think that also fed her eating disorder. I don't know if I can't remember if she actually talked about the eating disorder, but you can't tell me she did not have one. Obsessed with the weight. You know what I'm saying? The big old titties and all of that shit. And then when you see Wendy like in and then we know when Wendy was on when Wendy was on the radio, when Wendy was on television, people talked about Wendy. They talked about her body. They talked about how she wasn't that pretty. And she just made it from being who she was. Thank God, right? But that stuck with her. She internalized how people saw her. And so I feel like there's a point where instead of figuring out how to fix that on the inside and being okay with who you are, like go and take some self-defense classes so you could really kick motherfuckers' ass and then you could talk your shit and back it up and you could get security. But then you don't feel like you need to play into no role of fragility. She felt like she needed to play into a role of fragility. And yes, Wendy was beautiful. Y'all, that always happens. I think like in the 90s and the early 2000s, we would be hearing from men that these women were ugly or maybe from other women. But I just remember hearing that certain women were ugly from my dad. And then when I got older, I was even, like back in the day, he said all of them bitches is ugly on Girlfriends. Ignorant ass nigga, rest his soul. And I remember thinking to myself, how can you say that? Like, how can you say that about them? Like, I thought they were all beautiful. They just all look different. But how could you say that they're ugly? Like, that's such a wild thing to say to me. Like, as a man, like to me, men are nowhere near beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You might be handsome, but you don't look good enough for you to be standing over there talking about this woman isn't pretty. Like, that's just how I felt, right? Then I remember what they used to say about Whoopi Goldberg. And then every time I see a picture of Whoopi Goldberg from the 80s, I feel like she was so beautiful. I still feel like, you know what I'm saying? I can appreciate Whoopi Goldberg's swag. I still think she's aged well, beautiful skin. You know what I'm saying? The locks is locking. But like back in the fucking 80s, when they kept calling that lady ugly, she was not ugly to me. But I also feel like she didn't want to be attractive to black men, which I don't fault her for. I think sometimes because we live in this system, we run to whiteness because of how blackness has made us feel about ourselves. And the whiteness is not much better, but we have to go and find that out first because we don't know. We're just always seeing it like, opposing factors. But a lot of the black women that ran to go be in relationships with white men, whether they worked out or not, I feel like a lot of it came from how they felt abused in the black community. And it's low-key the same thing for black men. They don't want to be honest about that. And I also don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not one of those black people that give a fuck about who y'all date. I could care less. Even if you doing it because you trying to upset black women. Child, I don't give a fuck. If you want to live your life being with somebody just so you can make other people that don't care about you mad, that's your business. But Whoopi was beautiful. Girlfriends girls were beautiful. Wendy, beautiful. That fucking video, Wendy Williams, like back in the day, she got the ponytail in. I think she might have had like a black turtleneck on. And she turns around in the chair and the ponytail is swinging. And she's like smiling and talking and shit. That episode of Martin, when she's walking around in the background with the jacket kind of hanging off her shoulders and shit. Like, lady was pretty. So fucking pretty. But because she was tall and didn't give fragile stature, she was made to feel like she wasn't as beautiful. And that was probably done because she's smart. Because the first thing motherfuckers do when they find out that you're not dumb and you're not just going to let them say any old dumb old fucking thing to you or around you, you correct somebody. Anytime a girl would prove she was smart, somebody had to pick something about her physically so that they could tell her how she wasn't shit to invalidate whatever it was that she said, as if looks got anything to do with what the fuck somebody's saying. But that's what would happen. And I feel like every time these very beautiful, intelligent women were becoming who they were or standing in that, standing on it, somebody had to tell them that something was wrong with how they looked. And as soon as they heard it enough, they internalized it. And then when they become adults, they trying to fight against the internalization of what they were being told. So if they was telling you that you was big and strong, now you frail and skinny. And letting a man do everything for you, letting other people do everything for you, and then just drinking and doing drugs because that's easier than fighting for yourself.
You're on 9/11, 2 weeks after the whole Aaliyah thing happened. Kevin didn't want her having any parts of me. And I guess it got to the point, because I wasn't backing down at that point. She would start saying slick stuff about me on air, and I would start saying stuff back. For many years, I did nothing. But I was tired of being a punk ass bitch. And so I started saying stuff back, and he wanted to silence me. And so in the court documents, when their intern, Nicole, I think was her name,
Nicole, yep,
sued them, she came out and testified that he attempted to have a murder plot placed on Miss Jones. Now, 3 years ago, when me and Wendy Williams reunited, I think this was 2022 or 2022, we started hanging out. I'm spending the night at her house. She's driving all the way out to Manalapan to my house. We still have the Ring camera as evidence. She told me, she goes, oh, as far as Kev trying to have you murdered, he was just playing. He didn't mean it. But that doesn't mean he didn't say it. And that doesn't mean that someone who is trying to be in his graces, we see people now shooting and killing people because they think they're doing something in the spirit of, I got her. So how you playing? How you shooting?
And that's not now. That's since been. That's how war works. That's how war works. We tell you we fighting for your freedom when really we fighting over access to somebody's natural resources. And now you over there with your hand over your heart and your head above, feeling like you did something virtuous when really you just played a part in somebody else's destruction and exploitation.
How do you feel right now about the
That's why you can't be willing to do any and everything for somebody just because you like them. You can't be like that. It all goes back, bro. It was so
regular. Thanks, Jess.
I was going to ask you, we went out to dinner with Wendy and she said that she feels like what she's going through right now is because of all of the things that she said and things that have happened because of her karma, right?
She said that?
Yeah, she told me and Charlamagne that.
Oh, that's the first step. That's the first. I feel like God was waiting for that. I feel like when she had the issues with her feet, spiritually, that was God teaching her about kicking people when they're down.
Yeah.
I said, of all the body parts.
Let's be very clear. Kicking people while they down is not the same thing as telling the truth about people that's kicking other people while they down. I just want to be clear about that, because a lot of people feel like because Wendy was telling the truth about somebody, she deserved whatever is happening to her now. That's cap. But if you want to say behind the scenes that she was doing fucked up things, like trying to make it so that you weren't as successful and then using Kevin as muscle to do so, then we having a different conversation. Like, what are you talking about exactly? Because people like to be convoluted and conflate shit so that we'll stay quiet about abuse. So we got to be very careful about what we're saying.
To get affected, publicly be affected, because she couldn't hide from that.
Yeah.
That is you and God. Y'all got to work that out. You got to acknowledge that.
That's not even just that. That's also oppressing and suppressing your pain. If you in a relationship with a nigga and that nigga is doing you wrong in some capacity and you think you can just stay and stick it out, you suppressing. You taking deep breaths. You pushing your feelings down and acting like your pain doesn't matter. It shows up physically. That's why so many women have autoimmune issues. I don't know if y'all, they got a lot of sicknesses that women will come up with that they will have simply because they are in a relationship where they are basically starving themselves of what they need so that they can give it to somebody else and then suppressing their emotions. It shows up in your feet. I think Tisha Campbell is one of the great examples of that. As soon as Tisha Campbell left Dwayne Martin's ass, he went found a younger woman that looked just like her when she was young. And then she all of a sudden stops having health issues.
That despite the fact that Kevin is the one that gave her the foot surgery. Y'all know about that, right? So
he has a foot surgery.
When they first got together, he was giving her foot surgery for her birthday. And she went on air because I have the CD. I have all her things. And so she said, I don't know if I should be offended or grateful that my husband get me foot surgery for my birthday. But I'm researching the doctors and I got an appointment this afternoon and blah, 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 blah. So she went and had the foot surgery to have her bunions removed, right? This is many, many years ago.
I feel like I remember this.
When this happened, when we got back together in 2022, she came in the room, woke me up. She said, Jones, I want you to look at something. She pulled the robe up. She wear these elongated Versace robes. She'd buy 2 robes of the same pattern so that her tailor could cut the bottom and have it long to cover her legs. So she made me touch it. And she said, this is lymphedema. When I had the surgery, the doctor manipulated the nerve in my feet, my lymph nodes the wrong way. And I said, well, that was years ago. She said, yeah, but it takes so many years for it to get like this. And so in my mind, I'm saying that month, he had you have that surgery. So just another way, he's tearing you down. Whether he knew it or I don't think he knew it. I think he really just wanted her to get rid of the bunions. But love my feet as they is.
Period.
Love all of that.
Somebody trying to have you killed.
Yo, that's crazy. Her cleavage is popping, and so is her bob. She looks good. She looked good. She also we also I'm reading Kim Pyre's comment because people really have forgotten about her, and I feel like she was very much like key. You know what I'm saying? When I was really starting to get into the mess, girl. Okay. So yeah, y'all, I'm still praying for Wendy. I don't think that what Wendy is going through is punishment for talking shit about people or telling the truth about people. I think it's punishment from abandoning herself so that she could give power over to that man or anybody else outside of herself because she didn't want to face her real insecurities. You don't want to face your insecurities and find a way to love yourself anyway, which is what you really should be doing instead of trying to change shit about yourself. But yeah, y'all be safe out here because that hurt my feelings that like basically nigga took her ability to run away. That's a lot. So y'all, we're gonna move on. I want to go to B Simone, but I also wanted to find that clip of B Simone. Hold up, y'all. I want to find this clip of B Simone because I think the grifter that is B Simone has now allegedly grifting down Win. Yeah, let me go to it's Jasmine's page. Okay, hold up. Let me go there. Let me go there. Let me go there.
Is it your foot?
I already want to punch her in the face. Y'all, I already this is old. Is it? It's old? Is this old? I don't think I ever saw this.
Love you.
I love you too.
Welcome back to another episode of Let's Try This. You don't need an introduction.
Yes.
When's the last time you've been in love?
When I met you, I'm like, I don't know how to take this girl.
I'm sorry. Who wants the you? Shut up. Who wants the you? Shut up. Who wants the you? Shut up. Who wants the
You thought I was playing.
You were.
Do you think I am too alpha, too boss to have the alpha man? Like, could a guy like you really, really date a woman like me? Sean, last question, and then we go. This is just fun, and you don't want a relationship, and I don't want that either. We're on the same page with that, so don't, get weird, but,
I saw this video on TikTok and on Instagram, and the comment sections are vastly different. TikTok girls are not going for it. Christians are not Christians. They don't want to see this. It's like when Keke Palmer interviewed Jonathan Majors, and right before the episode aired, we were like, we don't want to see this. Will not be engaging. Actually, very disappointed. And then the episode was scrapped. B Simone, if you ever want to take a page out of anybody else's book, take one out of Keke Palmer's and get rid of this episode. But on Instagram, it's a different story. A third of the people are just asking for the invite code so they can watch the episode. A third of them are like the people on TikTok, and they're not going for it. But the other third is like, B Simone, you're a marketing genius. And while I normally allow people to live in their delusions, I must shatter this belief because that was a terrible marketing strategy. Terrible. Been being berated online for a month and a half for wearing short shorts in a church environment. And your big marketing move is to bring a man into your bed knowing that most guests either sit in a chair next to you or on a couch beside you. And I feel like if you have to engage in clickbait in order to build up your content, God is not showing you his favor. But I digress. And that man that you brought into your bed during the month of Pride is a man that made homophobic remarks and half-ass apologized for them? It was terrible marketing. Fire your team. And if you are your team, fire yourself and hire somebody else.
Shout out to Jasmine, the Jasmine Garden. Shout out to her.
Pick me, pick me, pick me. Hallelujah. I gotta find a man. I don't care what he did. I don't care who he hurt. I don't care who he fucked. I just want a man to pick me, Lord.
Best friend with a celebrity. Everybody thinks that, oh, because you're connected to this person, then your life is just as grand as theirs, or you got
it, or they helping you.
Baby, didn't have a job, living with my parents, a single mom. All this happened to me this past year.
Jesus.
And then it's like to not have resentment in my heart towards you because I saw you do this for other people. I saw you give a check to somebody to help them through whatever they went through. And it's like, God, like nobody didn't give me a handout, but guess what? That wasn't your responsibility. God had to take me through that for my own season, for my own thing. I had to get my car repossessed.
Jesus.
I had to go through the food stamps line. I had to be on Medicaid because whatever I'm building my story too. But it's like, as a friend somebody who has it, it's hard to digest. They're probably shocked that I'm even saying this right. Being a best friend with a celebrity, everybody thinks that, oh, because you're connected to this person, then your life is just as grand as theirs, or you got
it, or they helping you.
Baby, didn't have a job, living with my parents, a single mom. All this happened to me this past year.
Jesus.
And then it's like to not have resentment in my heart towards you because I saw you do this for other people. I saw you give a check to somebody to help them through whatever they went through. And it's like, God, like.
And she didn't help you? And she didn't help you? I'm gonna need to go watch this whole thing. I know I'm gonna need to go watch. I'm gonna need to go watch this whole thing because I just, and like, please don't get me wrong, y'all. Like, you're not supposed to go broke just so that you could take care of every hand that's out around you. But I also feel like people like B. Simone, you just have a pattern of behavior of not giving a fuck about people if you can't exploit them. Like, if she can't use y'all on social media, she don't want to be bothered with y'all. If she can't use y'all for a podcast episode, she don't want to be bothered for y'all. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. Is this show supposed to be funny or educational? It's both. It's both. If you met mine. I don't know what's going on with B. Simone because she does give grifter. It never feels genuine. It always feels like another way to get money off of y'all. I used to defend her because, you know, I'm a social media influencer, not to her degree, but like, I used to defend some of the things she would do. You know what I mean? Because everything she did wasn't wrong. But there are times where you just got to look at a person. You got to look at a person and just kind of like look at their pattern. Like look at it all together, not just, you know, a piece. No, look at it as a whole. Because I think that's some weird shit for you to know that. And I don't know if she know because this is just a clip. And that's what she's good at. She's good at inflammatory content to make y'all go and you know, give her attention so she can get her money. Like, that's what she about. Okay. So I might have to go find out what the rest of this episode is about. But it does give, you would purposefully be given to other people that you don't have as much of a connection with. Keeping her around and not helping her in some capacity is a way to punish her. That's what it gives to me. Right? Cause like I may not always have no lump sum, bitch, but I'm gonna patronize your business. You know what I'm saying? If we go out, you know what I'm saying? There are times that I'm gonna pay for the drinks. I got dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a show up for you, especially if you ask me to. But like there's something about you having money to write a check for somebody else and your friend needing and you not doing it for her just off general purpose. Like she should, to me, if I see my friend struggling that bad, you wouldn't even have to really ask. You know what I'm saying? Like if I see you struggling that bad. But I also feel like, you know, like bitch, you was living with your parents. Like what else you want? Like you know what I'm saying? Like I see both sides. I see both sides. But every time that B Simone says Jesus, I'm like, girl, what's going on? What's going on with the world? Okay. But they on a podcast now. They on a podcast now. So it seems that as soon as you could become you could become financially of value to be Simone, then she could find a place for you in order to, you know, have a relationship that may feel a little bit more mutual. Right. So let's move on, girl. Because I don't know why these two people are still like, I don't know, girl. So I'm gonna just tell y'all off for real. I think Amina is a beautiful woman. I think she's so talented. But I think that some people are birds. They act like birds. They do bird shit. Bird shit for me is when she comes and asks everybody their opinion on why her daughter doesn't want to go to school. And then when everybody says, oh, well, maybe you should make sure that nothing is going on at the school, like maybe she's not being bullied by another student or a teacher, or, you know, just make sure that it's not something going on that's making her not want to go. I also, in my commentary, said that sometimes you just don't want to fucking go because school was exhausting for me, just like work is for you. So I think you should have at least, 2 days out the month where you give your child the choice to stay at home. Like you give your child we can call in sick day so that they feel like if they're, if they need a day, they can have a day. Cause kids be needing days too, bitch. Okay. My mama used to do this. It wasn't an agreement, but ever so often she would be like, you ain't got to go to school. Or I would just catch the hint to pretend to be sick. And then I would get to stay home and we would go to the store or we might sit and watch movies or, whatever. But it was us being able to have some time with just me and her without my dad, without my sister. And it wasn't a lot of time that I would get to have with her like that during those years. So like, yeah, your kids deserve mental health days. However, when she got online after everybody, I guess, submitted their answers to her, she had an attitude. What do you guys mean? Nothing's wrong with her. She just doesn't want to go to school. Sometimes kids just don't want to go to school. Well, I guess you answered your own question then, bitch. What's all this vitriol about? It was something about the way she responded that irked me and made me feel like, see, that's why you a bird. Because it always be people that they want to play dumb. And then when you give them the answer or that you give them a response, they get mad because they really just wanted to stay in confusion. They wanted a pity party. They didn't want to answer. The fuck?
Art to it. See, if I give away my art, then I didn't copyright my tutorial yet. Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you something.
Okay.
You gotta answer. I don't know that you know the answer, and I'm also not saying that you should know the answer, but I just want you to answer it because it's gonna be entertaining.
Let's go.
And please don't give like a one word. Give like a thorough answer as much as you can.
Okay.
So.
Not you having to explain to him how to actually engage in a conversation.
One guy is in love with two women. The one he's totally lying to about everything, and the other one he's completely honest about everything. Which one of the two does he love?
Neither of them, weirdo.
Oh, he loved both of them.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Because he don't want to lose.
Why? then the different treatment.
Okay, so understand what real love is, right quick. Real love is I love you so much. I love you so much that if being with me is harmful to you, I would rather us not be together. That's real love. Real love is not, I want to continue to control how you give me access to you, so I'm going to lie and omit so that you won't revoke access to me. That's taking away a person's choice. Y'all want to talk about taking away people's choices all the time when it comes to this bisexual conversation. As if somebody gives a fuck about who y'all fucking. Y'all don't even know who y'all fucking.
He's lying to one. He got to lie to somebody.
Why?
He don't want to lose either one of them. So somebody got to be lied to and somebody got to tell the truth. It's an art to it. See, if I give away my art, then...
It's game. It's game that has been passed down from crooked head ass nigga to crooked head ass nigga. That's why I really want us to go tap into that Shan Booty podcast episode.
I didn't copyright my tutorial yet. But you know, once I copyright my shit, I'll give everybody.
But there's only one way to be when you love someone.
Well, that's
Which
true.
way is it?
That's where I am now. Once I found my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, once I touched the hem of his garment, I'm a changed man. But that's how
Pimps always turn into preachers. Or they will grift into preaching. But just know that anybody that actually like talks like that, they're a pimp. And they know they can't use street game anymore. So now they're going to use God game.
I used to be. But when I used to be like that, you saying?
But I didn't want you to answer.
You saying the way I used to be?
What you would
the
be.
old me?
No.
Oh, the old somebody else. See, that could go both ways. Because sometimes if she's the side chick and you lying and you telling her everything. Look, I got a wife at home, but I don't love her no more. It's not like that. That's, you know, it's the side chick is always the new chick is always the fun one. So but you also don't want to lose your home. So that's.
And the new one is the fun one because you have not fucked her up like that yet. You're going to destroy her just like you destroyed the last one. And then she'll be bitter. And then you'll be like, bitch, why you bitter?
I'm trying to tell you, it's fucked up, but it's the hard truth.
We got the answer.
It's you love them both. You lie to one because
you don't love them. That's not the answer. You don't love them. You don't even love yourself. Don't love them. You don't love them.
You got to make her think the main one ain't the same no more.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You got to make her think the main one, the love ain't the same no more. All in reality show niggas be doing that to girls online, telling the girls it's just for the show.
You sharing all this. I'm sharing all my deep, dark secrets with you because I love you.
That's not why. You doing it for attention.
That's the old me. It's art too.
Wow. You know why? Because as these niggas get older, not only are they producing less testosterone and producing more estrogen, which makes them more empathetic and kind of feel more bad about the things that they didn't used to feel bad about when they were younger. Outside of the biology of it, as they get older, they also recognize that them losing their youth is them losing their ability to pull the women that they would really want to pull. So the best next thing is to hold on to those that you haven't destroyed to the point of no return. You hold on to those at the end because you about to die. You're getting old. And so that means companionship now turns into something of a necessity, not just an addiction the way it was when you were a young man and you were doing it in a way that you were gaming women and taking advantage of them. Still taking advantage, feeding them love and emotions, which is why we keep telling y'all, you know, stop getting all hung up and slipping and falling and shit about love all the time. Because it's a way for somebody to manipulate you into doing shit that really is going to leave you feeling depleted. You got to be careful about who you give love to and who you allow in, because people really be waiting. They be playing that game, boy. They be having that fucking mask on so tough. And as soon as they think that you are locked in enough, gotcha, bitch. Now they about to show you the real them that's not so nice, that's not so amicable, that's not so respectful. That's when you find out there is no mutual respect. That's another thing. That's why I don't understand how many times I see these men getting online being mad that single women are not loyal. Single women don't have to be loyal, you fucking bird brain ass nigga. Like, what are you talking about? Single women do not have to be loyal, just the way single men don't have to be loyal. I'm just saying. Like, y'all be out here, like, loyalty is based off of mutual respect first and foremost. I don't give a fuck about none of that other shit. If I feel like you're not fair to me in a disrespectful manner, all that shit go out the window. All that shit go out the window. Let me feel like you exploiting my love and watch. The fuck you mean loyalty? Ain't no loyalty. This shit ain't mutual, my nigga. And see, y'all don't want women to be smart and actually have self-confidence and shit, because then they'll talk to you like I do, and that would upset you. Want bitches to be nice, talk to you like they a baby and shit. I don't have time for that. Okay? You're not going to waste my time and all my energy. Y'all, the LGBT community slams Keith Lee jokes, calling them harassment and disrespectful. Y'all look like creeps doing this. Oh my God, they do look like creeps. Not Ocho Cinco wanted me. That's hilarious.
Ocho Cinco wanted me.
Oh my God, that's so gay of him, but that's hilarious. Also, for the people that cannot take a joke today, this is an innocent reference. Yeah, do they not know that? Do they not know that? Is it white people that are upset? And you just know he's feeling something back there being so close. I was about to say no, but the way his body is turned, yeah. And that's okay. The way Keith Lee is looking into the camera is creeping me the fuck out, also making me laugh at the same time. But so what? So what? What that mean? Keith still got a wife, and Ocho is still gonna be able to fuck any woman that he comes into contact with for the most part. Ocho Cinco, I think, is one of the best problematic niggas out here. Okay, he's terrible just like the rest of them, but he got money, he's clean, and he know how to pretend to beg so that a woman will feel valued by him until, she finds out that he's disrespectful and cheating on her. But he will at least try to game you. You know what I'm saying? He'll at least try to game you into fall. Like, a lot of these niggas, I think, they don't even want to put forth the effort to game you. Shannon Sharp don't even want to put forth the effort to game you, bitch. He just wants you to be excited about who he is because he got money and played football. Nah. Ocho want to game you, bitch. Ocho wants to mac on you. Okay? And a lot of people like to get macked on. But yeah. Are they playing flag football? Is that what it is? I don't know. But either way, child, like, it's hilarious. Ocho Cinco wanted me. It's hilarious. I just don't know why he giving us the death stare while he doing it. Okay. But yeah, once you realize that most of these niggas ain't shit, and you could you have to remember that though. You can't fall prey, bitch. You can't fall prey. You gotta stay strong because all the niggas is gaming you for the most part. Okay. There's a small group that's not gaming you like this. But a nigga that's gaming you like this, like, that's why whenever men like this come out and say, oh, she only wanted me for my money, I'm like, nigga, so? And you just wanted her as a conquest. You just wanted to break some pretty powerful woman down to size. Like, that's what you wanted to do. And she wanted to be financially secured for whatever emotional turmoil you just put her in, so that you could feel like you the smart man that just macked on the woman. You just made her believe a lie. You so smart. Look at you. Y'all gonna keep trying to insinuate that people gay, and I'm just gonna be like, most people are. Move on. Like, what's your point? What you trying to get at? Who you been talking to? Okay, y'all. Okay, we got to take it down a tad bit. I don't know if y'all saw this story. Hold up, let me go back to the original story, and then we can get into what the brother had to say. But I know a lot of y'all have heard about this. We was talking about it. That couple. You know, I'm gonna let the news tell y'all, because I don't feel like it. I'm gonna let the news tell y'all. Okay, where the hell is it at? Because I didn't save the original one. I didn't save the original one because I was like, this story is too sad, and I don't want to talk about that. And then that brother came up there, and I was like, well, this is time for a lesson. This is a teachable moment. That's what it felt like. All right, I'm trying to find it. It has to be somewhere around here. I'm looking for a white lady. I'm looking for 27. Is this it?
FBI is investigating a death in Emmanuel County around 9:30 last night. The Twin City Police Department and Emmanuel Sheriff's Office say they were called to Fifth Avenue about a domestic disturbance. Deputies say when they arrived, they found 27-year-old Zaria Carr unresponsive. Carr was later pronounced dead. According to the GBI, her husband, 36-year-old Shamarcus Carr, was missing along with Zaria's actual car. Just after 11, the Wayne County Sheriff's Office saw the missing car and attempted to stop it, but deputies say Shamarcus was inside the vehicle, and they even tried talking to him. Shamarcus then shot himself and died from his injuries. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office is investigating Shamarcus's death, and the GBI is investigating Zaria's death. We'll be back after a short break.
Staying for a couple months, came back, you know what I'm saying, really wasn't staying, having to sleep at my goddamn partner shit. I'm busted, I'm broke, fucked up. I ain't having shit, no job, no nothing. Before that, I caught her texting the nigga Squeeze, because she seen me and Squeeze goddamn baby mama talking or whatever. At that time, me and that girl wasn't even on no shit like that.
So the way he just tried to frame that like she was cheating on him because she was talking to the nigga Squeeze, but really the reason why she was texting the nigga Squeeze is because he was fucking Squeeze old lady. Yeah.
So here we go.
Let me tell my truth.
I got that. Hey,
you went on now trying to tell.
Hey, look at here, man. Get out my line now. I'm telling you, leave it alone now. Get out my line. Go make your own line. Go make your own line.
I'm gonna tell you right now, this is a bad rule of thumb. I don't know if y'all have ever seen. Me and my nigga, we will joke sometimes on live, but I would never have a serious argument that's like really gonna mean something with my nigga on the internet. Like, you don't need to be in my business like that. Nobody needs to be in your business like that. I know everybody likes attention, and you get a lot of attention when most of your little neighborhood, your little town, your friends, your family is all on Facebook and Instagram, and you get up there and you air y'all business out because you think that shit is cute. You think that's fun. You think that it's okay. It's not. It's not okay. Do not use the internet to fight each other. That's not smart.
All right, you done got on your shit. Listen, you done got on your shit.
He keep lying, spread that boy name like we had something going on. Listen, man, shit going on.
Listen.
You trying to fly there, but I told on you. That's what happened.
Again, stay out my life. Sit back and just listen to the story. So here it is.
And he lied. Telling the damn lie.
She get mad. Oh, I don't give a fuck. Get mad. She go in the other room, sleeping room. So early that morning, I go in and I snatch the phone from her. Go through the bitch. I see the Snapchat. They talking on Snapchat. It's him. So I go through the messages and shit. See her telling him, "Oh, I'm gonna call you back. I'm on the phone with his mama and all this shit here." Yeah, like, now remind you, this is a nigga. This is a nigga that used to damn run with me. Long story short. Long story. Long story. Bitch, what the fuck I give you the right to go fucking? I ain't fucking. You fucked her. Okay, so what did they give you the right to go talk to him? No, I didn't. Okay, so you slide him. It's your job. And I told. It's your correction. You told. You slide him, and I told him. I said, "What fucking your bitch?" Okay. Again, so she telling him. She telling him, "Oh." You keep telling everybody trying to vouch like, "Oh, he did some fucked up shit to you," and you did it to him. I'll be back.
She looked like she about to run.
You keep running your mouth and beat your ass now.
You did.
Keep running your mouth. I told you sit back in the damn audience.
So yeah, he got off live and unalived her and him, po dog. So let's go to the brother. Cause to me, that okay, like let's be honest, right? Like that's two immature people. That's two people that's low key arguing like children, right? You're not supposed to like do that. Like if you're trying to be mature and handle your shit with respect, that's not how you do none of that. That's just not how you do none of that, bro. Like you don't get on live and argue with your partner. First of all of this cheating and in the phones and all of that shit, man, look, ownership. Y'all need to get past that. Y'all need to get past, if you're not married and all of that, living with niggas and we go together so that they could feel ownership over you. So they can make up any old lie they want to and make it seem as if you was doing something that warrants them unaliving you. I'm just saying, like, the fuck? Ain't none of that shit that serious. Cheating ain't that shit, ain't that fucking serious. Ain't none of that shit that serious for somebody to die about.
Jump in
It's just not.
to it. We can't jump in it. I don't like. Let me get this out of the way. That's my brother. I love him. I'm not speaking just good on him because it was bad. It was tragic. So we're not gonna say he just jumped on women. He just beat her. They have a great relationship. Every relationship go through stuff.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Evil is good. That's what I think.
I mean, it must be. Because I'm trying to understand how a relationship where a nigga cheating on you, blame you, and act like you cheated on him. Then, when you don't let him keep lying on the internet about it, he beat you and unalive you and then unalive himself. They had a great relationship? No, they didn't. Why y'all lying? I hate when why you always lying? And honestly, bruh, I'm going to tell you right now, bruh, you know what you giving, huh? You know what you giving? Even though you look like you was probably bigger than your brother, it's giving you was scared of him. It's giving
what we call in the prison system a bitch.
I'm going to let him finish, though.
Every relationship goes through things. He don't just wake up and just jump on her, beat her. He don't do that. When people get triggered, shit happens. Not saying it's right. I'm not condoning that. Not saying it's right.
You are.
So
make excuses for it.
Let's get with the okay. You heard him on live. He got into it. He jumped on her. They got in a fight. He jumped on her for it wasn't no 3 hours. That both of them exaggerated. Both of them exaggerated. It wasn't no 3 hours. Bro got up. He went to work. He get to the job. He say, bro, I think somebody trying to break in at the house. He called me like, bro, I think somebody trying to break in at the house. So like, come on, right? Why you say that? He was like, man, the front camera going off. The front camera gone. So he left work. He doubled back. He left work. He go back to his house that they share. And he went in the house. He parked his car down the road. He went in the house. Zai was in there. Zai was in there fucking another guy. Plain and simple. That's why she was naked. He went in the house. His house. He lived with her in his room, his bed. They in there fucking. He lost it. He jumped on both of them. When he fighting with the dude, tussling with the dude.
Guess what, bro? I don't really give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck, bro. I done got cheated on before. I had my shit like pulled out my fucking chest. A bitch wrote on a motherfucking saying that she loved this girl after she cheated on me. Called me on the phone with the bitch before. I have been dragged emotionally by people cheating on me. And when I tell you I don't give a fuck, you not a man. Guess what? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You don't get to kill people because they fucking in your bed. honestly, I would give you the okay to beat a little ass. And I'm talking about the man, because, you know, he know that's your house. But unaliving her? I'm sorry, y'all. No, you don't kill people because you get cheated on. This is hearsay. This is hearsay. This may not even be the truth. You're right. You are absolutely right. He might be straight, bald-faced ass lying. And guess what? Even in his lie, so motherfucking what? Sounds like the reason why your brother felt it was okay to put his hands on a woman is because he don't have no men around him that hold him accountable.
What we call in the prison system a bitch.
She run out the house, jump in the car. She go to the police station. He get up, chasing her, fuck the dude, left the dude in there, whatever. Chasing her. He drive crazy, mad. He drive right up to the police station. You get there, you know, she's standing outside the car, naked, talking with 2 officers.
You know why? You know why he making excuses? He's making excuses because it's a reflection of him sitting there in that fucking chair, looking big as fuck, having to come up here and tell us why that little bitty nigga was beating on women and wasn't no man around him to check him, so we don't get to a point where he unalive her and then unalive himself because he don't want to go to jail. That's why, because that's a reflection on you as a man. That's your family. That's your brother beating up on women. That's a reflection of you. That's why he getting up here and acting like that's not what it was. Because it looked like you trying to hide that you a bitch and you can't. You even got a yellow hat on. I don't even know what to say about that.
Shit.
You scary.
Officer telling him to pull over. He was like, nah. He dipped. He came home. Shit. That was it. He left her. It was over with. He stayed at the house. We at the house every day. We chilling. And shit. Zai kept calling. Like, she wanted him back. She wanted him back. You know, they talk, whatever, woo. And he loved her. That's his wife. Shit.
You don't know what love is. And he does. The cadence of his voice sounds like he's lying. The cadence sounds like lies.
Went back home. Like they couldn't get enough of each other. It ain't Mark 5'6", Zai 6 foot. She was handling her own. Like they fight. That's just what they do. I'm not trying to make her look bad. She's Zai.
Yeah, you
Zai. You gotta know her. So shit, you know, they kept going back and forth to each other. You know.
So that balances out the blame for the fact that he beat her while she was naked and then killed her, right? Right? But you see, she didn't unalive anybody, right? You know, I want y'all to pay attention to who's actually getting hurt. Because once again, somebody is being accused of doing something fucked up. They're not even rich. And there's somebody up there trying to tell us that it's not what we think. When at the end of the day, when you look at the situation, even if that lady was cheating, he could have lived to fuck another bitch another day. He took her options away and he took his own options away. He's the problem, baby.
So this last incident, shit, he checked the phone. He went through her phone, checked the phone.
Why you keep saying shit before you say everything? Like you got to tell yourself that what he did was okay.
She went and met up with a nigga in Carolina. He went live. You know.
So let me get this straight. You telling me that this nigga already know that girl cheat on him and he still went and got back with her and then unalived her. And I keep saying unalive, but I really want to say the K word, y'all. I'm tired of talking in stupid ass words and shit. I really do want to say shit, but I swear they gonna fuck with my dollar and I ain't got time for that. They already fuck with my views and my subscriptions. I can't take no more y'all fucking with my money, okay? Like, this nigga not making no sense to me. Cause see, if the man really, was a victim of all this cheating, like his lying ass was, and like you saying, y'all saying the girl was cheating, why he didn't leave the girl alone? Why he didn't leave her alone? Talking about he loved her. He went back to her. She cheated again. He unalived. No, that's not. No, y'all. No. Nobody says it's okay when women do it. Nobody's like, yeah, bitch, he cheated on you. You should have. No, nobody says that. The only time they say that is in a thin line between love and hate. And that was only because we thought she was the bad guy the entire time until we realized that nigga literally was chasing that girl all around. But again, understanding when you done told somebody no and they keep crossing your boundaries, they just weighing you down. They just wearing you out, girl. They wearing you down, baby. I'm wearing you down. Steve fucking Urkel, wearing your ass down until you change your mind. That's not a solid choice. It's not a solid choice for somebody to wear you down. It means they're crossing your boundaries and you just don't know it.
No. They went live, they talked about some business, all this stuff. Can't jump into it.
All right, that's enough. I can't hear that this lies and him trying to think of what he gotta say because he about to lie ass shit. Oh my God, it's so much going on. Okay, so yeah, y'all, we gotta go there. So India Arie and her mother exposed this long-held family secret. I'm gonna let it play for y'all and we will discuss. Trigger warning, but I feel like you should already know at this point.
For you, Ralph Simpson, a secret has a stench that can rot a family from the inside out and destroy future generations. The family curse stops here on this Father's Day, June 15th, 2025. I've kept this secret for over 45 years. My India Arie is a survivor. I want to be clear, we're not talking about Ralph Sampson from the Houston Rockets. Ralph Simpson, the former ABA, NBA basketball player with the Denver Nuggets, the Philadelphia 76ers, the Detroit Pistons. Your daughter, India Arie. Yeah, that Ralph Simpson. I've kept this secret for over 45 years. You, Ralph Simpson, you said husbands can't rape their wives. You raped me. I stayed quiet. You molested your daughter when she was a very young child. I stayed quiet. I still allowed you to publicly be the father that you appeared to be and not the sick father that you are. Today for you, Ralph Simpson, stop trying to reach out to her for money or forgiveness. India said she wrote about the abuse in a song called Get It Together. A part of the first verse of the song says, one shot to your heart without breaking your skin. No one has the power to hurt you like you can. I kept it inside. I didn't tell no one else. I didn't even want to admit it to myself.
And now you're...
I watched India for years on the national and international stages before and after her concerts. I watched her cancel some of her tour dates because she needed to receive medical care. She just struggled. She struggled. She carried that weight around her soul for many, many years. Indy tells me that she went around the world trying to find ways to heal herself and to help others heal through her music. You, Ralph Simpson, ever. One more thing. I will never forgive you for stealing your son's money. Your son, Jawan Simpson, worked all summer after college, bussing tables, cutting grass, anything he could do to make money to purchase his car that summer. He sent the money to you to save for him. You gambled all of his money away. Jawan did get his car that summer. This is the same son that bought you a car that you then sold and gambled the money away. He still pays your rent to this day so you could have a roof over your head. My son, Jawan, is a father, an awesome dad, awesome man. My India, Arie, is a survivor. Ralph Simpson.
Okay. Okay, let me read these. If you have a good relationship with your father, count it a blessing. A lot of us do not. I'm not posting this message today to tell you that I'm struggling because I'm not. I've spent my entire adult life working through my issues with my father. I've come a long way. My mother, though, is now coming to terms with her feelings, and we're supporting each other in telling a deeply personal shared story, a family story. Lastly, if you have a good father that you have a good relationship with, truly, truly celebrate that. That gives a priceless strength to the foundation of your life. With love, India and Mom. Wow. So basically what we're getting here, because I saw somebody asked why she didn't do anything. He assaulted her first. I think people really forget about how people live in fear in their bodies in a way that they can't escape mentally when people do shit like that to them. And then I think there's a lot of pressure that someone is a good father just because they want to be there. That's why we keep telling y'all that just because a man is there, that doesn't mean he's a good father. Just because you grew up in a 2-parent household doesn't mean that the family is healthy. And that is because it's as if just because a man is there, you will ignore all of these other things just because he's there. And a lot of men aren't. So let's just be so grateful that this man is there. And I think that their dad was somebody that might have had money at the beginning. I'm not sure. The way she was saying his name, and I think she said he might have been a baller or something like that. I can't really remember at this point. But I'll just say that you have to talk about things to heal them. Yeah, he was in NBA. You have to talk about things to heal them. And sometimes you have to put people on Front Street because you kept shit a secret for so long. You know what I'm saying? And I think it takes a lot of courage to tell the truth, especially when the truth is so painful for everybody, because sometimes people aren't ready to dig the shit up. Also, as things are happening, I think we go through a thing as humans where when something really traumatic happens, we want to tell ourselves it didn't happen. So it has to happen more times in order for us to realize that something is really happening, because it's such a flip on reality that it fucks with the person's head. So it's one thing for a man to assault a woman. At one point, y'all didn't even think that was illegal. I think it just became like illegal to are your wives in like 1994. And then there's still girls on the internet right now telling you that once you get married, you don't have the right to consent, meaning you don't have the right to tell a man no. And then you have people on television going through cancer, having to fuck a nigga because they scared he's gonna cheat. I'm just saying. Like, you have got girl, you have got to care about yourself and your kids. But I do think that when those fucked up things happen like that, it takes a while for the person to really like confront the fact that that happened. And if they already did it to you, you're not even processing your own, assault. And then it happens to your daughter, and now you have to process that, because people really do put men who assault grown women in a different box than men who assault children. Everybody likes to put them in a different box, as if the man that's assaulting the grown woman is so much better. And that's not the case, right? That's not the case, right? It's fucked up either way, right? If she's drugged, half conscious, If she told you no, you take it anyway. She's passed out, drunk, sleep. All of those things. Somebody telling you no, and then you telling them I'll pay you to do it. Let me ask y'all a question. On Set It Off, I'm in a bind, Nate. Y'all remember? I'm in a bind. Y'all laugh at that shit now, but when I was a kid and I watched that taught me to never ever give that up for sex, because the way she looked like she felt dirty. I remember asking my mom, why is she rubbing her skin like that? And my mom said, because she feels ashamed of herself. And she thinks if she rubs her skin hard enough, she can get it off. So to me, like those types of moments, y'all never thought that was funny, but y'all know how people be on the internet talking, I'm in a bind, Nate, you know, all of that shit. That's what I mean. Like they put it up there like it's just something that women do with no trauma attached to it. Like, you know, they'll put the meme up there whenever they see, you know, a woman that then went and fuck somebody so that she could get money to do something. You know what I mean? But having sex with someone that you really don't want to have sex with and it making you feel gross, y'all, that's also assault. He coerced you into it, so you made a choice to go along with it, to not fight it. But essentially, it should turn you off when someone doesn't want you. It should turn you off. You should not be able to lay down with somebody if they express to you that they don't want you. Remember that when you want to think about how it's okay for people to harm certain people, and as long as they're not doing it to other people, it's okay. Shit is terrible. Praying for the family, girl. It's a lot going on, girl. It's a lot going on. Okay, all right. Girl, y'all know I want to get into the Diddy of it all. It's been so much though with that. It's been so much with that. And I feel like we need to recover a little bit from all of this. So I kind of feel like I might save my commentary on Diddy for later. But because I mean, you know, the trial is going to be coming to an end, I think, next week. But I do want to say when it comes to some of these recent stories about the jury, there's weird shit going on with the jury. They keep trying to get mistrials. The judge is not allowing it. Let's see. Diddy reportedly won't testify. Yeah, it's not smart for him to testify in his own defense because he's not sane enough to not tell on himself. What I mean by that, yeah, there's an OLFP tonight. What I mean by that is Diddy, the way Diddy acts in the courtroom tells me that he doesn't know how he's being perceived by people that have sense. If people are not being enamored by his fame or his celebrity, not falling for the hearts and all of that bullshit, then you will see him as somebody that's trying to manipulate the courtroom. And so that means that I feel like he's unaware of how he's coming off to everybody because he thinks everybody's falling for the heart, you know, the heart hands and all of that shit. He thinks everybody's falling for that. So that means he would get on the stand and say something that he doesn't know is wrong because he's going to be looking for people to identify with what he's saying. That's why they don't put a lot of guilty people on the stand because they don't know how to not tell on themselves. The brain low-key wants to tell the truth, which is why people like they'll joke and say something true and then act like they just joke and it's not really true, but it is. Like people always find ways to get the truth out because even for terrible people, it's hard to keep lying, especially about really big things. So you find ways to get it out while still trying to, you know, keep this facade up for everybody else. But it's absolutely smart that he not get on the stand. Yeah, exactly. Like Nino Brown. Y'all remember they as soon as they put the nigga in cross, he loses his shit on the stand. You're guilty. Because they're so egotistical. And when they're egotistical like that, they have blind spots that they feel like nobody can see. Nigga, we can see you. That's why all of these niggas get up on the internet and don't realize that when they make excuses for one big abuser, that they're letting us know you've probably done some of the same shit to somebody else and you want to continue to get away with doing that shit to people. So now you're going to speak up and defend this person because it's a projection of you worrying about you being guilty of the same thing. Every time one of these niggas comes out and defends one of these creeps, put them on a list. More to come. Every time. They're a creep in their own right. Every single time. Okay? Let's see. What else? He's going down, y'all. For everybody that thinks, because there are so many people that, like, there's so many, y'all, there's so many. I hope when y'all hear me say this, y'all know I'm not talking about y'all. There are so many ignorant Black women on TikTok arguing with one another about how they feel like what he did is wrong, but they just don't see how it'll end up getting him put in jail. Yeah, he a freak, and I feel like what he doing messed up, but I don't see how they can make their case that he gonna go to jail. I just don't see it. When I tell y'all the way them old women be online on TikTok arguing about this shit, and I'm just like, this is why y'all don't get it. Black people be funny. Bro, that's literally what I heard a lady saying on somebody live the other day. And I was just like, oh my God. And then at some point when that lady got off, a smarter Black woman came up there and started talking. And because I think they were talking about, child. Another Black woman got up there and they explained like prostitution is illegal. And so you can't pay for prostitution and think that, oh, this is just how we feel about it. No, that's a law, sweetheart. I don't know how they're going to find him guilty of these charges. I don't know how these charges going to link up. Okay, well, let's talk about it. Deliesa Penland, if that's how you say her name, a federal special agent working, or he, she, whatever child, whatever they, I think it's a she, yes. A federal agent working with the case didn't hold back. She told the jury that Diddy allegedly used his American Express to bankroll not just flights in luxury hotels, but also cover damages. When he traveled with male escorts, one bombshell, nearly $47,000 in damage at just one New York hotel. The internal receipts are stacking. According to Penland, Diddy, Cassie, and a man named Jules Theodore, rumored to be a male escort, were all posted at the London hotel on the same date, and the flights for Jules were allegedly paid for by Diddy's Amex. Penland also spoke about a stay at the Intercontinental Hotel in Times Square and claimed that the person who checked in was listed as Frank Black, a fake name Diddy allegedly often used. That penthouse stay racked up damage charge of $46,786, again slapped onto Diddy's Amex. What's wild is how Frank Black kept popping up across hotel bookings nationwide. According to prior witnesses, it was Diddy's go-to alias whenever he wanted to stay low-key but keep the luxury high end. Okay, so what I want to explain to y'all is that this federal agent just described how you get someone caught up on a RICO and why when New York's federal district decides they want to investigate you, they have a 99.5% arrest rate or some shit like that. It is because they do not bring a case to the people unless they can absolutely prove it. The stakes are way too high, and these men have the money to keep going back and forth with lawyers. Nobody's bringing a case on somebody like Diddy without a lot of evidence to prove it. The RICO is him using any of his business's money in order to commit crimes. Crimes include purchasing escorts, paying for them to be moved around, purchasing drugs, asking and demanding assistance to pick up and move around drugs, carrying it over state lines. Once you carry a person or drugs over state lines, you're trafficking. All of you girls out there talking about, oh, I got flued out, I guess I got trafficked. The FBI has Instagram. Stop fucking telling on yourself. Because you think, oh, because I'm not going to get in trouble. But all they would have to do is to find out if you're connected to a rich man. And then they could probably trace all of your accounts back to that nigga. Stop thinking it can't happen to you because you on Instagram thinking that you got anonymity and you talking shit, telling everybody that you're doing exactly the illegal shit that people are going to jail for, bitch. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Stop telling on yourself. What's wrong with you? Because you so stupid that you think you tricking off these dumbass niggas. You thinking that that's not illegal. It is, bitch. Stop it. I don't know why you think you can't get caught up. I don't know why you think the police department is not following you. I know they following me. Why you don't know they following you? The conviction rate is so high because most people don't go to trial. They take plea deals. But F Diddy, I feel you on that. But when it comes to these types of cases, I'm more often believing it's because they just don't want the public details to come out. See, some of these people are smart and want to preserve their money. They want to preserve whatever it is that they have, so they take the plea deal. Diddy is egomaniacal enough to feel like, nigga, please. Try me. I got you. And then get caught up because I don't know who the fuck they thought they were. like a lot of the times it's really because they have solid cases on these people. But don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? Don't be if you ain't do it, don't be taking no pleas. Don't let them bully you. If you did not do it, don't be taking no pleas. Just saying. All right, hold up. Let me keep scrolling. I want to make sure I covered all my shit today. All right. So do y'all let's go ahead, girl.
Yeah.
Let's listen to Cassie.
You don't have to see it, but it's my life and I'll kill you.
Yeah, but
No, I will if you don't show me right now. I will you and I will hide you and I will cut you up and put you in the dirt right now. Pull it up. If you have it, pull that up. Because if not, I'm going to you and then he's going to you again. So just do it. Pull that up right now. You got that pull that up. I'm going to you. You don't understand. I don't give a I've never anybody in my life, but I will you because you're with me. You're with me.
You just said she yelling in lowercase.
My life right now. If I saw a video of you doing anything that you didn't want people to see, I would show you the videos.
Oh, I cannot stand you, her husband strongholds. I cannot stand you, her husband so strongholds. I cannot stand y'all because I feel like y'all really don't want men to be good men. Y'all really do want them to see you as used goods because somebody has done something horrific to you or because you enjoyed sex. You really like it lets me know that y'all really are cool with fucking with these niggas with these pedophilic ideals on womanhood. We are grown. We are grown with grown coochie. We are supposed to have been out here experiencing sex. Y'all really letting them niggas convince you that a woman is trash when she's done all of this stuff. She's really not. She's really not. You can always recover. If you want to, you can always recover. Please believe me. I hate you hoes.
So you could tell me what the happened.
First of all, to be very clear, she is going off and threatening him because she believes that he's playing with her about a sex tape. She don't want a sex tape of her out. Now, when Diddy was leaving messages on Jane Doe phone saying all kind of creep shit, y'all was in the comments talking about, oh, I mean, if we go into jail because we send crazy messages, I done that a whole bunch of times. Remember y'all was saying that shit? So how would you be on the line with a nigga that you think might be trying to put out revenge porn on you, bitch? Talk to me. Talk to me. I can't stand y'all. Because I really feel like y'all be wanting people to be nice when people doing fucked up shit to them. And if they not being nice when somebody doing fucked up shit to them, it's like, oh, see, they are a willing participant. Y'all really don't know how consent work, and it shows.
You're playing games with me, telling me you saw some. Now you're saying you didn't see some. You're with me. I'm going to you up. I don't think you understand. And it's not going to be my hands, and it's not going to be blood on my hands. Someone else is going to do it. So you have to tell.
She talking just like Diddy. She is talking just like Diddy. She literally said that nigga said the same shit to her people. Girl. To me, that even more cements the abuse and the drug use too. Like, y'all don't get to be surprised that somebody is toxic when they've been wrapped up with a toxic energy vampire since they was 19. Y'all don't get to like turn. First of all, the girl been being preyed on by old ass niggas since I don't even know. Cause Ryan Leslie was too fucking old for her as well. And I don't know who was before that, but I would have loved for Cassie to at some point have been with some boy that was her age instead of all you old ass niggas. I don't need women to be perfect in order for me to recognize how people fucking over them, y'all. I don't need her to be a perfect. I think so many people think that a woman has to be a perfect victim in order for that type of abuse to be wrong, in order for pimping somebody out to be wrong. And then y'all don't want to add, like, it's like everybody keeps ignoring the pimping thing as if that's not such a huge part of Black culture. A huge part of Black culture is pedestalizing pimp logic. Pimp mentality. What did we just finish seeing from stupid ass Peter Guns over there telling y'all the pimp game and shit, how to fuck with women's minds and lie to them and get over on them and take advantage of them. Rules to exploitation. Pimp 101. Those women are always terrible, y'all. Those women are always terrible. And I'm still going to be like, bitch, you may not be shit, but he's still wrong for doing that. And if you are strong enough to say what he did to you and want to get your just due because of it, man, you better get that shit. What's wrong with y'all? Niggas be out here beating women up, disrespectful, dogging them out, making them do all of this, real dehumanizing ass shit, making them feel like less than people. And y'all up here talking about all they want is money, man. I want the money and everything else I can get, because he took way more from me than this money. He took way more from me than this money. The fuck? Y'all, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all got to change y'all mentality. Y'all really be out here thinking that, oh, a money grab mean that, like, what that's supposed to mean? So if somebody do something to you, you don't want financial retribution for what they did to you? Y'all sound crazy. I want all that shit. Pay me for my pain out this motherfucker. Pay me for my pain. And the lady is mad about her ass being out here on the tape. Just I'm not doing it, girl. I'm just not doing it. Okay, hold up. I just want to see what else before I get out of here, girl. I just want to see what else. Like, was there anything else I want to talk about, girl? Oh.
Any other expenses?
So I heard there's some mess around this. There's some real mess. There was like a YouTuber who went down to the courthouse. And I don't know. Jamie told me about it because I don't really know, girl. But apparently, she went down to the courthouse and listened in on the court case and recorded the audio that I just played right here. And also put out how much Portia was making to show that Portia is delusional and just wants to be saved by a nigga like we all told you. And she gave up her revenue stream of about between 1.2 to $2 million. She gave up all of those jobs that was racking in about that much money so that she could possibly get $40,000 a month from this nigga. Possibly. Y'all, it's not a good exchange. It's not a good exchange. It made her look so stupid. But we said that, y'all. We said that, and then everybody was like, "Oh, it was for love." These people don't know what love is. It was for a delusion. It was for a delusion. It was to make somebody else mad. Girl, being with Dennis' daddy was about pissing Dennis off, and I stand on that. And then also being able to be like be an African queen, being a princess. Women who live in that delusion, that's why she's so mad now, y'all. That's why she up there so mad on Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's why she's so upset. Cause y'all done made her come out of her delusion and now she gotta come back to work. And I don't even understand being mad about an easy ass job like this. And it's not easy, but it's easy. Like if all you want to do is look cute and be messy, reality TV show is perfect, bitch. It's perfect. Make your money, buy you some real estate, rent some shit out, get you some, laundromats in the hood or something, bitch. Like, and get you something that way you don't have to be on reality TV for the rest of your life if you don't want to. Just get you some businesses. Use the money and get you some businesses, girl. But you instead giving up your money for the investment of a scamming nigga is wild and delusional. Wild and delusional.
Any other expenses that you've covered of his that went ordered?
Yes, I paid his child support for his 2 sons.
Girl, what? I don't think we talked about this. Girl, what? Girl, what the fuck? Did she just say that she paid that nigga child support? Is that what she just said? So who's sucking whose pussy?
And I also paid maintenance for the house. So that's outside of utilities as well.
Why did you choose to do that?
Well, I really got concerned being that Simon was still detained when it comes to his child support. I'm still married to him at the end of the day, and I just really felt it was unfortunate.
You married him for money, and then he tricked you out, and then he tricked you out of money. Girl, what be going on with y'all? This is why you gotta stop being delusional, ma'am. Are you fucking serious? Are you girl? You did all of that so that you could be financially secure by Dennis' daddy, and then you ended up paying child support like a Tyler Perry movie. This is not what our ancestors wanted for us. Y'all, that's so embarrassing. That's so embarrassing to be acting like you getting a sugar daddy and you turn into a sugar mama. That's so sad. I feel like she got took. She got scammed. She got tricked. She got played. He exploited her thirstiness.
That they weren't getting any help. The mother had reached out to my assistant and that she was concerned, and she wanted a couple things from the house, but she sounded really concerned. So when I spoke to her, she made me aware that it had not been paid, and so I paid it. His child support.
Any other expenses that you've covered of his that went ordered?
My God, today. All right, 2 hours ago, I did not talk about Fat Joe, but let's talk about Fat Joe. Let's do it. Okay, wait, no. We're not going to do that. What's this? Oh my God. Okay, let's listen to a TikToker from the neighborhood talk. Tell us about it, please.
His former hype man filed a $20 million lawsuit accusing Fat Joe of having relations with minors and paying for a 15-year-old girl's BBL. The former hype man also is accusing Fat Joe of making him participate in humiliating intimate acts.
I'm sorry. Let's rewind.
Minors and paying for a 15-year-old girl's BBL. The former
Why, Lord, why? The community is not okay. Why would a 15-year-old girl need a BBL, y'all? I'm about to pass the fuck out.
hype man also is accusing Fat Joe of making him participate in humiliating intimate acts. Terrence Dixon and Fat Joe's former hype man actually made allegations against Fat Joe on social media this year, accusing Fat Joe of these crimes. Now, in response to his allegations, Fat Joe hit him with a defamation lawsuit, and instead of him doubling back the claims, he actually upped the stakes, and Fat Joe with a lawsuit included all of these heinous allegations. According to Variety, Fat Joe is being accused of labor exploitation, financial fraud, sexual manipulation, violent intimidation, and psychological coercion. On to allege that Roc Nation was a part of this and helped Fat Joe cover up all of these claims. Claims that he personally witnessed Fat Joe engaging in these acts with 15 and 16-year-old girls, alleging that he paid a 16-year-old Dominican girl in exchange for ORAL. He's claiming that Fat Joe would shower them with cash and clothes, and he even claims that Fat Joe was messing with a 15-year-old girl from overseas, that he would frequently fly the girl over here to the States and even pay for her to allegedly get a BBL because her body wasn't quote unquote fully developed. This former hype man even
Oh my God, y'all. That made me so uncomfortable in my body, y'all. That made me like not even allowed to grow. Not Roc Nation again. Listen, it's starting to give where there's smoke, there's fire. That's why I said, y'all, I love people for real, but I'm not disillusioned by any of this bullshit.
even went on to allege that Joe was in love with the girl to leave his wife for her. He claims that Fat Joe would fly the girl out to some of their tour stops and even bought her a condo near his home. He even has a recorded phone conversation of one of the girls talking about the relationship she has with Fat Joe. On top of all of this, he is alleging that Fat Joe made him engage in acts as well. He is claiming that there was somewhere near 4,000 of them, and he claims that Fat Joe would threaten to leave him out of the country wherever they were at doing this, and he claims that Fat Joe would threaten to fire him, and he would basically lose his form of income. He claims that there are recordings of these situations as well, and this is literally insane. I cannot believe Fat Joe is being accused of being on his R. Kelly and Diddy-ish. I'm curious to know what y'all think regarding this. Let me know down in the comments, y'all. Peace. Not Fat Joe on his R. Kelly-ish.
If y'all was wondering, you know what I'm saying? I hope I'm still being entertaining. I know my energy is a little low. And it's because some of this shit is just really exhausting. I also worked out before I came up here, so I'm just a little lax. That's all. Okay. But this is just draining as fuck. Like, it's not surprising. I keep like anybody that's starting to like paint on their beards, you got to worry about them, y'all. I'm sorry. If they painting on their beards, you have to worry. Like, what are you hiding, my nigga? We know how old you are. We've been here. Girl, let me read it. Fat Joe's former hype man, Terrence T.A. Dixon, originally made these claims publicly on social media earlier this year. That resulted in Fat Joe suing him for defamation in late April. Joe's lawsuit stated that Dixon's claims were a criminal conspiracy for cash. Well, instead of dropping those claims, Dixon decided to up the stakes, filing a bombshell lawsuit. According to fucking Variety, this new law, not TMZ, bitch, Variety. This new lawsuit says Fat Joe took part in coercive labor exploitation. Okay, so I hope y'all know that that's what I think Tyler Perry does. I was talking about that at the beginning of this live. Okay. And I know y'all not gonna tell me y'all think that this nigga's black. What's love got to do? Got to do with it, babe. What's love? It should be about us. He out here fucking 15 and 16-year-old girls from the Dominican. That's what it looked like. Getting a 15-year-old girl a BBL. Also fucking, trying to fuck the hype man. The lawyer is Tyrone Blackburn, so we have to be safe with these allegations. But the way he just presented, like he have all of this evidence, is the reason why I'm like, just because Tyrone Blackburn is the attorney doesn't mean it may not be true. Okay, so y'all see the way Fat Joe, y'all see this strong outline on his beard? Y'all see this? You got to be wary of this. You got to be weary of this. I don't know what it's about, but see this very stark, like it look too drawn on. You know what I'm saying? You got to be worried about this. he was true with Lil Rod. That's true. I forgot he was Lil Rod's attorney. You right. Thank you for that. You right. Because they definitely was trying to make that man seem like he wasn't a credible attorney. The same thing they did with Tony Busby. That's y'all see, that's the reason why I said what I said about Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Me and Jeremy was having this conversation yesterday. Shout out to Jeremy Speaks. But we was talking about this, and I explained to him the reason why I was not automatically believing Jay-Z because of the way he went at Tony Busby. Is because I often feel like if the truth is the truth, you just let the truth do the talking. You don't have to like beat it into the ground unless you're trying to make a statement. And the statement could be, nobody else better not try to try me like this. Or it could be a statement of, and if you think you a victim and you want to come say some shit, don't. Okay? He basically destroyed that man's career over there. I don't know how Tony Busby is doing down there. Okay? But he definitely was told he could not be a lawyer down there. He couldn't practice in New York. Like, Jay went to hell on that man. He went to hell on him. And I'm not saying that Jay wasn't right to do so when it all comes out as a lie. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I pay attention to the way people do things. And I also felt like it was a contradiction in the way I have like known Jay-Z to be in recent years. In recent years, Jay-Z has always been somebody that could keep his cool, let his lawyers handle shit for him. Like he would laugh things off. He wouldn't really be like so invested in anything that people say about him. And the way he responded personally, the way he, there were like typos that made me feel like he was emotional while he was typing it. And a lot of the times I feel like people can be emotional out of fear of being harmed, and it's not true. That's a fact. But people could also be nervous about being called out and added to somebody else's bullshit that could possibly really pull them down. Like it could have went either way. And so that's why I wasn't 100% gonna believe that it wasn't true off rip until it came out that it wasn't true. And I was like, okay, because I love Jay-Z, right? I really listen to him. And because I really listen to him, I feel like, yeah, you may not be doing no shit like that right now, but you definitely could have been doing that shit in 1999 and 2000 and 2005 and 2006. Maybe not once Blue Ivy and them came into the world, but prior to that, yeah, nigga, I wouldn't trust that Coochie was safe around you neither. Like, the fuck? Coochie is not safe around most of these niggas. Like, I think y'all should just like come to terms with that. Y'all give street niggas from the 80s and the 90s access to wealth and fame, and you think that you're gonna be making good human beings and shit? Okay. That's an interesting perspective. If you accuse me of that, I would be going off. That's something serious. Not saying don't take it seriously. I'm not saying don't take it seriously. I feel you on the celeb worship, Bondi. I'm physically incapable of trusting somebody I don't know. I don't care how many albums or movies they have. Thank you. That's HFG, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. I feel the same way. I don't give a fuck about none of that. And I do pay attention to the way people fight. I do. Because when people fight really, really dirty, and it sometimes seems like, why are you fighting like that? Like, what's that about? You know what I mean? Like, I especially put up against his history of being abusive towards women in the lyrics and physically slapping the shit out of somebody. Like, I don't know what to tell y'all. Jay Jersey, thank you for the super chat. Behind every great fortune is an even greater crime. I think I read that one. Thank you. Tasir, thank you for the super chat. I'll never forget how Kevin Hart said Bill Cosby never gave him props. A rich black man. They don't give a fuck about you until they get in trouble. Sam D85, thank you for the super chat. I don't like how most use religion to mask the demons in themselves. And then they got the audacity to call it demons, which then kind of, I think, pushes it out of themselves as if that's a demon. Man, look. let's really look at the person and surmise where shit be coming from, because everybody wants to put a conspiracy theory or some religious shit on top of something so they don't have to deal with the very like real life human person fucked up shit that may be happening that if we could just talk about and work through, we might be able to resolve. Oh no, let's not talk. That's too uncomfortable. J Ray, thank you for the super chat. Happy Juneteenth, everyone. Black people, especially women, still saying minor is fast or hot in the pants. If the most annoying statement that needs to die out, it's called grooming and lack of parental guidance, likely. Yes. I think we often, even as Black people, don't realize how we don't want to see kids as kids because they annoy us. So we don't really want to see we don't want to have empathy for them. Like even the way we treat children is like ownership. It's not like they're a person with feelings and thoughts. Like y'all feel like everything a child does is like a test of your ego or some shit like that. They don't like the food you cook. Your fucking feelings hurt. Now you mad at the kid and being all vengeful, sitting there making them eat food they don't want to eat. Some type of, fucking war criminal type shit going on. Like some of that should be torture. And it remind me of the shit that people do like in war crimes. Thank you, Licia, for becoming a member. Banji baby, thank you for the super chat. All these hoes grifts coming out. Christian, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, my best friend would never deal with a repossession or eviction if I got the means to help. That's weird. Are y'all really friends? No. Some people keep motherfuckers around them so that they can feel good about themselves. Honeybee Fly, thank you for the super chat. I've been watching you for years. Keep doing the great work. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Keep watching. Steve's in since 85. Okay, Waves. Okay, thank you for becoming a member. I'll see you tomorrow. Saltwater daughter, thank you for the super chat, boo. I bet you $1 that Ninja was cheating on her in the most diabolical ways and she was getting her lick back. That's what it sounded like based on the conversation that they had. That he was already out here doing reckless shit, trying to fuck his homeboy old lady and all of that. Lashik Mondrell, thank you so much for becoming a member. HFG, thank you for the super chat. I feel you on the celeb worship. I said that one. So yeah, I can't do it, y'all. So and then I check myself in that because I automatically wanted to defend Jay-Z. I automatically wanted to defend Jay-Z, and that's why I had to find a way to find. You know what I'm saying? I had to find a way to be balanced in how I felt about it because I can't be like that. I refuse. I don't know you, nigga. I refuse. You could, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like once you grew up having like parents that flip flop and switch up like that, like man, I don't put nothing past no motherfucking body. I don't put nothing past not a person. Oh, y'all, let's laugh before I get out of here, girl. What's going on, girl? Why they still talking to us? Rashida and Kirk with a message for people hating on their relationship.
Anyway,
I see them earrings.
Oh yeah, they back.
Tree. Oh, tree, y'all.
Oh, tree, y'all.
Coming to you live from the couple you love to hate,
A lot of people love this though. Like we got like millions.
I need Rashida. Rashida. I think Rashida doesn't get it, right? Because Rashida's y'all know what Rashida is.
Pick me. Pick.
Okay. Y'all know what Rashida is. But I don't think Rashida understands that the only reason the two men that went to the victim's house, there was some weird shit about that shit too. You right, DM. Thank you for that. There was other weird shit that I was like, I don't know what's going on here. But you applying too much fucking pressure. If you ain't do it, just show the evidence that you ain't do it. What's all this other shit for? I still stand on that. But yes, this right here. I feel like Rashida is so confused about what's happening. She thinks that they're the couple that we love to hate. And no, Rashida, you're just so pretty. Our natural inclination is to like you and root for you and be mad at Adam's apple neck when he does fucked up shit. And then when you tell us, like the crackhead that you be acting like, that we're wrong for wanting you to want better for yourself and all of this, and then you like to act like we ain't been seeing what we've been seeing all these years. You basically gaslight us. so that you can stay with him without the recognition of how he mistreats you. And so it's not that we love to hate you. We actually like looking at your face and it makes us care about you. And then when we see how you don't care about yourself, it makes us angry with you. And so then we decide we're going to bully y'all instead. Yeah. That's it. I think I ran through the maze of my emotions about Rashida and Kirk and what it really is and why I would even really stop and click on this, because you're pretty, Rashida. I just wanted to hear your hair look pretty. Your makeup looks pretty. I don't know why Kirk wants hair now. I think Kirk looked better when he didn't have hair. His need to find hair is alarming to me. So I don't even care about that. But yeah, like I feel like we only stop because you're pretty. We only care about Kirk because he's attached to you. Nobody would care about Kirk all on his own. Even if Kirk was out here getting coochie from mad bitches because he found a way to turn dope money into legal money, he still wouldn't be a personality that would be famous for us to care about. Just like a whole bunch of other nigga, D-boys that turn their money into a production company or a studio. We don't know none of them niggas. We might know JD and some of them, but you know how many people that manage artists in the background, pimps? You know what I'm saying? You know how many of those niggas are out here looking for a girl they fucking to be an artist so that they can pimp her, they can get as much out of her as possible. They don't just want coochie from you. They want your life, your soul. They want you to basically create something so that they can capitalize off of it for the rest of y'all fucking lives. And then they're going to make you think that it was your idea. And then make you think that you owe them and you wouldn't have done it without them, even though you probably would have done more if you didn't have them there making you feel insecure about what you were doing when you were doing it. It's so easy to act like Kirk has been supporting Rashida this whole time and forget about all of them seasons when she was still trying to put out music and the nigga was telling her that the music was whack. We don't care about the creative. Then she wanted to come out with a store and he told her, don't nobody want no store. And so she went and bought the store. And the reason why they have all of the shit that they have right now, I believe, is because of how Rashida started wanting to do business deals. Yeah, Kirk might have, went and talked to the right drug dealer that has a legit business now and got you some information, but she could have just went talk to Candy or one of them. Like, that's why these niggas want to get these women in all of these contracts and shit. They want to pimp you out. They want to pimp you out. And pimping is not always making you fuck other people. It's making you work for them. It's making you the one responsible for if everybody's eating as if they're not a man in the dynamic. And then they convince you that it's not what it is. It's not you taking care of everybody. It's y'all taking care of everybody, girl. But yeah, tell us again about how we just love to hate on y'all. Tell us again.
Well, you got the billions and billions of screens. I mean, my bubble gum, you know what I'm saying? Worldwide, 131 countries. Hey, man, we love y'all. Thanks for the support. Man, even the haters who helped us get in a position to be here, the hate definitely fused the fire. I just want to be like, man, listen, man. Find time to enjoy your life because
hallelujah. I gotta find a man. I don't care what he did. I don't care who he hurt. I don't care who he fucked. I just want a man to pick me, Lord.
I ain't got time for them playing that music. Don't give me no goddamn copyright strike. It's the Georgia Peach and I'm back again. Time to do the damn thing. Better tell your friends. First things first, I Sheeta. Fuck around with no man who won't eat her. That was my girl, bro. When I moved to Atlanta for college, And I was going to Clark Atlanta, and them Atlanta people threw me on Rashida. And then Rashida's song popped up. And Big C. Was it? No, it wasn't Big C. It was Toni Collette. Toni Collette with the multiple personalities and shit. When she popped up on that, I was so bucked up for her. I was so proud. That Rashida rap like Shawty Low. Yeah. The United States of Terror. Thank you. That was my shit back in the day. That was so my shit back in the day. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. I think I'm about to be done with this. I did see a video though of I saw the lesbian apartment house got messed up. I don't even know who they are. I gotta go do some research. I saw the DVD boy and the DVD CD Masterpiece boy and the Amani girl were at the prom shit. And he, they took pictures and they was dancing together and shit. I think I saw that. Oh Lord. I don't want to see whatever the fuck that was. Y'all remember? Did y'all see that? Yeah, him in India was all hugged up and taking pictures and shit at the prom, girl. And this is all I can think about. Shut up. One more time. Shut up. Okay? He wants to you. Shut up. Like, what are we talking about? Anyway, you guys, I think that's all I got for y'all. It was a good long show. There is a Ooh Ladies First panel tonight. I need to go eat. That's another reason why I'm mellow as fuck. I haven't eaten anything. Nigga over here hungry. Okay, just drinking sparkling coconut water and shit. But I'm trying to get real slim and, real cute before we go to Bali, girl. Because, I can't be having these hoes judging me in no bathing suit. Okay, I still got stuff to work on. The Lord not done with me. Okay, all right, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'll see y'all tonight on Jamie's channel. Peace out.